Just a couple of quick things. I realized that map orientation could nearly work if we just say, because I sort of got it at the wrong angle for a group of people traveling in a southwesterly direction. Maybe we can just say that Elder Laguthia said to go southwest, and then when you hit the stream, travel, a kilometer northward, and that's how you find the Grimbower. I also should have mentioned that there was a great deal of fog around the Grimbower, and that was why you could see all these spores as well. I didn't put the fog in the actual map, but I realized afterwards it was kind of important to my concept. But yeah, so you walk in there, maybe the fog is kind of just on this lower level, so you can see looking up through the fog that it's like sunny above, but down here it's like quite dense, and there's just, these kind of eerie spores floating around. I looked into a couple of rules questions that came up. You can definitely ready cantrips, and you can ready green flame blade just because the attacking with the blade is just part of the spell, so I don't see why. It's not like you have to attack and cast the spell.
Nope, we lost Tara.
Okay. What else? Oh, we're losing everyone, are we? No, okay. What else? Oh yeah, I had a look at elemental weapon as well, and can you use it with Shillelagh? Just because that was a bit novel. I hadn't seen that before. I think, as far as I can tell, elemental weapon says that you can't cast it on a magical weapon, and Shillelagh makes the weapon magical. But so, technically all you have to do is cast elemental weapon first and then cast Shillelagh. So I'm thinking, that's kind of silly, whatever. I'm not going to worry about that, so we'll just say that they work together.
Yay!
Okay. But otherwise, you find yourselves on the ground floor of the Grimbower, having just slain all of these Treespawn, and you are about to descend down this strange stairway that has apparently been formed out of the roots and the vines of this structure, and don't appear to have been made by hand. And as you descend down here, this passageway, or this stairway, is pretty dim. You can see down below that there is a red glow, and it seems like whatever chambers there might be below are lit very dimly, and you can see this fog sort of drifting up the stairwell. And you all took one of these gnarled white wands with green leaves on them from the torso cavities of the Treespawn. And actually, I'll also say that, because you found a little bit of gold lying around, I'll also say that when you searched around Vindaros, you were able to find in one of the torso cavities of the Treespawn a small leather bag containing 7 opaque dark blue gems with yellow flecks.
Okay, thanks for that. Do I need to add that to the my loot?
Yes.
Yep.
If you want to, otherwise you can just toss it aside. And I also wanted to give inspiration to Yao Mei for remembering to look for hidden tree spawn in the trees, and for Vindaros again for remembering that it was called the Rachis and remembering that it was down below amongst the roots.
Nice.
And so you descend these stairs into the darkness. And as you come down into this lower chamber, you find that the air down here is a lot denser, and there's a heavy fog in this room. The walls are made of even thicker vine weave. They look a bit more woody down here, like more kind of root-like, and they are also pulsing occasionally, pumping some kind of material or something. You don't know if it's sap or blood or maybe a bit of both. And lining the walls are patches of strange-looking red mushrooms. They're growing out of the floors and out of the walls, and they appear to be emitting this strange red light in this chamber. And you can see also that there are these winding corridors leading off into the darkness from this central chamber. These tunnels as well, if that's what they are, they appear to be made of kind of spiraling woody tendrils that are just sort of growing around in a spiral like this. Once again, they don't look like they were constructed by anyone. And you can see directly to your left this portion of the wall across from you as you come down these stairs, which looks similar to these archways that you saw on the ground floor, except that it's covered, instead of in green leaves, in these bright red leaves and flowers. And it stands out a fair bit from the walls. So it's pretty apparent immediately as you come down here. You also see directly ahead as you reach the bottom of these stairs that there appears to be lying in a mushroom patch one of these guard beasts that you encountered above. It's just lying here. Doesn't appear to be moving. Maybe you can see it kind of shifting a little bit. And it's surrounded by bones and some pieces of meat and other items. And otherwise you can just hear these eerie whispering sounds all around, and also the sounds of organic activity, squelching and squishing and clicking sounds, like especially emanating from these passageways. What do you do?
Oh.
Aim. We're whispering. Darius is whispering. Team. Before we move on, Twig, you still look a bit hurt from the upstairs.
Yeah.
Do you think we should heal up as best we can before we start moving through these chambers?
Give me a stealth check as you ask that question. Or are you just saying it out loud?
No, we said we're whispering.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll one as well?
Well, you haven't replied yet.
Yes.
But if you do... 8.
Oh.
You hear coming from the north some kind of movement, shifting. And after a moment, this movement, which sounds like perhaps it is coming in your direction, is accompanied by some sort of growling sound. Although this guard beast to your south doesn't appear to move, it's still just lying in this mushroom patch.
Twig might make some hand motions to point away from the growling noise. Where?
So the growling noise is coming from up here. In that direction. Somewhere even around here.
Is Twig making his way back upstairs?
Maybe.
What am I?
Yes. Twig might be backing away just a little bit.
Are you gonna go back upstairs?
Yes.
Okay. What does everyone else do?
Vindaros is thinking to himself that he is also going to follow Twig to come up with a quick plan before heading through these chambers.
Does everyone follow them up the stairs?
Yeah, Ricky will follow.
Yeah, same. If Indaris sort of taps the army on the shoulder, he'll back up slowly. Sorry, I hope I sound okay. My internet's in and out.
Yep, that sounds fine. You can head back up the stairs to the ground floor.
Oh. That place was weird.
And as you go, you sort of look over your shoulder to see if anything follows. But it doesn't appear as though anything is coming up the stairs yet.
Okay. We know what we need to do. Let's just prepare the best we can before we head down.
Should we try slaughter that sleeping one before it can attack us?
I think that's a good idea.
I think someone quiet should do it.
Surprise. Someone stealthy like me. Who has the healing potions as well? Just so we can do a quick recap and how many we have left.
I think I've still got one.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I couldn't have said anything.
I have a potion of healing.
That's alright, we can assume that you were able to communicate until this point. Twig.
Potion of healing.
If Twig's trying to speak in Savannah Common but failing, can I understand Twig?
Like, because you also understand failing Savannah Common?
You've got the pendant on still. Rachis still has the pendant.
Maybe you can get a sense of what he's saying.
It's the heavy jungle common accent. It really throws people.
Hey, maybe you can find me.
I can try.
The rest of us can try and well, I was going to say cast spells from a distance, but that might be a bit loud.
If it gets... Yeah. My spells are pretty loud.
Can I lay on hands Twig for 5 healing?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Twig, I don't have much more of this, but this is the best I can do for now.
Thank you so much. Much appreciated.
I can give some help as well. If you need.
If you can spare it.
Just this once.
Just this once. Just a little bit.
I was going to ask Adrian, do I still have... I can't remember. Do I have an elemental weapon currently?
Yes. Yeah, you cast it as you were walking down the stairs.
I'm a genius.
How long does it last for?
An hour, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, amazing. Is that 7 points?
Mhm.
Oh, I feel so much better. Thank you so much, friends. Are we ready to tackle whatever's down there?
So,
Okay.
Twig said, are we ready to tackle whatever's down there?
I'm ready.
Ready? Okay.
Anna, can you let me know if Tara tries to join again before?
Oh, yes.
Sweet.
Yes.
Thanks.
Sorry, I actually asked another question. Do I still have sim mode identity going? That's a 10-minute one. I think
so.
at the start. Cool.
I'm thinking, Twig. I've just thrown it out there. Sometimes when we have to go down, we got to go up. Should we have a look upstairs first? Possibly, it might provide us with some.
Okay.
I know some further clues, some
Less growling.
information.
That's a good idea. We can always jump out of the tree, but we can't jump from beneath the ground.
Or do you think we should just go straight in?
Let's
into the
inspect.
bells?
Let's inspect the surrounds.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Hooray!
Everyone can learn 1 day's worth of language. Why not?
Ooh.
Just from all of this, you've had to communicate a lot through combat and whilst you're sort of talking about making these plans and everything. Have a language.
Thank you. I can still control Yao Mei, so I might move him around
Okay.
if you want.
Yep, sweet.
Tara did just message, by the way, in Discord.
Say again?
Tara did just say she might have to call him
Okay.
in the Discord.
Oh,
Just a heads up.
3
No worries.
words a minute.
So as you reach these stairs that are leading upwards, they look a little bit different in the sense that they are better lit. This stairway appears to have this floating globe of yellow light in it, floating just below the ceiling, just covered in vines and roots. And as you walk up these stairs and you walk closer to this globe, you notice that it feels warm. It reminds you of sunlight, in fact. You can feel the warmth on your skin. It's quite a pleasant feeling. And it's like almost a sort of a day or a dim daytime in this stairwell. You continue upstairs and you find yourself in another room where the floor is made of twisting vines once again. And this room is lit by this eerie green light that's radiating from the core. And in here, as you approach the top of the stairs and peer into this room, you can see that there are weapons lining the walls in these weapons racks. They look like they're made primarily out of bone. And you can see that in the room there are these tables littered with corpses and body parts. There are buckets of blood on the floor, and various bones and bone-made items and weapons covering some of these tables. And as you come up here, you can see on the other side of the chamber there is some kind of tree spawn that looks a little bit different to the tree spawn that you fought on the ground floor, in the sense that it doesn't have this big toothy maw, but rather just these two eyes and this mouthless face. And it has less spikes on it and more just tendrils and flowers and leaves and things coming out of its body. And it's kind of moving over to the far right hand side of the chamber and placing one of these bone weapons in this rack. And then it turns around and moves back in this direction. And it's probably going to see Vindaros. What are you doing? Anything? What are you doing, Vindaros?
If I would have seen someone up around there, I would have taken a couple of steps back down the stairs to let people know there's someone there.
Does everyone reverse into the stairway?
I guess, yeah, if I see other people backing up, I will try to do that too.
So as you walked up this stairwell, it would have been creaking and your footsteps would have been making, noise on the wood. If you were walking quietly, you didn't say anything about it. Do you think you would have been walking quietly? Because I kind of do.
Yeah.
If you feel you're walking quietly, give me a stealth check.
Okay.
I was actually even going to say that before, like at the ground floor, as soon as I stood on the first tread, and we're looking for any signs of traps heading up this stair.
Yeah, you didn't see any traps. And I'll say also that in this room there is a bit of noise. You can see another one of these strange leafy-looking tree spawn over just south from the one that's a bit higher up, and it is like banging away at something. It appears to be making some kind of weapon out of bone, perhaps trying to put together some kind of wooden hilt around a long sharpened femur bone or something like that. And so it's kind of, and so you can get away with a little bit of noise. I'll say with those rolls that you can back away and you don't feel like you've been detected.
He always right.
Yao Mei has a death wish.
He went in screaming saying, I don't have an internet connection! Die!
So,
Assuming you've kind of gone back down to near the base of the stairs, you can have the conversation in relative ease.
Oh.
so what'd you see?
I saw another tree spawn, but he didn't have all the spikes. He was more refined.
Oh.
And you might have heard as well, they're working on some tools or some instruments or weapons. It looked to be like a supply store. From what we could just see around the corner. I don't know how many are in there. At least saw one, possibly two, from the sounds of it. So I guess
The choices. Did they look small and spindly?
Not so spindly.
Or not? I mean,
Same size.
Okay.
Tree folk.
When you peered around the corner as well, Vindaris, you would have noticed that there are two other passageways that look like they could be additional stairwells. You couldn't tell whether they were leading up or down. but
Okay.
you could make out enough that you thought there were other places to go from this room.
Or maybe if we do go in there, we can interrogate one of them to find out what's going on with
Yes. Yes.
So are you thinking up is the way to go?
who knows? Who knows? We know that we need to go down to get to the heart. But
You're right. What if there's loot up there?
Yeah, what if... Well, yeah. I mean, we could just threaten that sleeping one. He's sort of ripe for the picking.
Yeah.
Um,
I think maybe if we go downstairs, we can try to remain undetected for a bit longer.
and if we need to, use our resources, we can use them downstairs still. Okay, let's do it.
okay.
So you want to head back down through the ground floor and back down the stairs
Yeah.
to the lower level.
Making informed decisions.
And do you do anything as you go down the stairs?
We do
No,
it
we're very
quiet.
quiet.
As quiet as possibly can.
Okay. You come down these stairs as quietly as you can. And as you come down here, you see directly to the north, right away, that there is one of these guard beasts that is walking towards the stairway.
Quick, back up.
You would be able to... The stairwell down here doesn't have a wall on the right side. But as you're kind of coming down and you reach the point where the ceiling, moves away and you can... Sorry, be right back. Okay. And you can kind of see into the room. At that point, well, I think actually, unless you're sort of ducking down to like look underneath, your feet would come down the stairs long before you were able to see this creature. So I think it's going to spot you. So let's roll for initiative.
I think I still have some sort of control over Vindaros.
Okay. Well, just don't control him.
I'm here.
I'll remove it in a second so we don't accidentally have him running into the room against his will.
Vindaros, you're so brave.
All right.
Initiative.
Oh. Wow.
Ready, if you can avoid using the Zoom chat in future if possible, please.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's all right. Okay.
You must have rolled with advantage. Initiative. That's the reason why there's so many.
Still just waiting on Ready to roll initiative.
Yeah,
Yep.
And who told us to go downstairs? That was a terrible idea.
All right.
Okay.
And down here, it is definitely difficult terrain as well. This ground is just covered in these occasionally writhing tendrils and leaves and also just kind of rotten vegetable matter. And you can just hear this squelching sound, which seems to be emanating from some of these passageways. And you hear what sounds almost like footsteps. And this strange whispering sound rises to fill the chamber. And this guard beast immediately leaps to action, bounds down here, and runs over to here, and jumps at Yao Mei's throat, tries to bite him.
Oh my god.
And hits.
Oh, by the way, Ayame has +3 to... sorry.
It should happen
Oh, okay.
automatically.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so 6 damage from the bite.
Yeah,
And
I've
it
got that.
will follow up as it kind of like, it just jumps up and like bites him in the neck. And Yao Mei sort of reacts and thrusts this guard beast backwards. It lands on the ground and then attempts to claw at him as well.
Oh no.
Hits again. Just for 3 slashing damage. And you notice once again, as you did previously in the ground floor room, that this creature does not appear to be finding it difficult at all to run along this this vine-covered floor.
Can also Vindaros, as the creature approached that space, use his reaction, his polearm, to attack with the butt
Yeah, go
of
for
the...
it.
Yep. I'm sorry.
Miss.
Oh.
It just kind of ducks out of the way. And you hit the side of the wall with your polearm. And as that's happening, you kind of glance up over this creature's snarling, horned head, and you see one of these leafy-looking tree spawn emerge from one of these passageways, and it's kind of moving quite quickly. Yao Mei.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I realized that was by default using the pole arm. I'm not actually using the spear or an armed, I'm using that bronze axe, so I want to be able to have used it, just to let you know. I had the bronze axe last week, and I can't use the pole arm master with that type of weapon.
Okay. All good. I guess you try anyway. Hit the wall.
Oh, oops, wrong weapon. Yao Mei. Yes, Yao Mei will definitely attack back. I just can't recall if some of these are bonus actions. Where's it? Okay, was he using the bronze? Flame blade was out. Okay.
Yeah.
He'll attack with the flame blade.
All right. So the flame blade stays lit for 10 minutes, and he lit that at the beginning of the combat. Although it does seem to be his habit to kind of have it on and be using it almost like a torch. We can say that it's on, so to speak.
Yep.
That's a hit. And I've added the versatile damage there, which will give you the +1 fire damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, I believe he's also got a second attack as well, extra attack. Yep, similar to Vindaros.
And as he hacks at this thing with the scimitar, these flames just kind of spill out onto the body of this guard beast and catch on some of its leaves. And it goes up in flames.
Ooh.
Is it still alive when you go up in flames?
It's still alive.
Okay,
It's
yes.
just
So he'll
coming at him whilst it's on flames.
And then again, follow up with another attack from the
Whoa.
his second attack with the scimitar.
That one hits as well.
Okay, versatile.
Alright, another 6 damage. And the flames are intensified. And it starts to kind of slow down this savage movement, this fury a little bit. And it takes a step back and sort of appears to hesitate before it attacks again. It's looking a little bit wounded. Perhaps you even hear some kind of strange, like... Alright. You hear more of these strange, squelching footsteps. Coming from different areas, different parts of this large chamber. And another one of these leafy tree spawn emerges. And it actually manages to come up behind this guard beast. It's moving quite swiftly. As it's like lifting its legs, you can see these vines sort of extending from the bottom of its feet that kind of appear to detach from the vines on the floor and then reattach as it moves. So it's almost like it's kind of planting itself and unplanting itself. Like it comes up behind this guard beast and it attempts to claw a Yao Mei. It reaches out and hits for 4 slashing damage. Ready.
I cast Shillelagh and draw my shield.
Alright.
Are there any noises coming from to the north of us, or do they all seem to be...
You can hear them from the north as well.
Okay.
Something is approaching.
No. Am I able to jump off these stairs, or is it like...
You can
Scary
jump
distance.
off it, but give me an acrobatics check if you want to do that.
Cool. Let's do it.
It's fairly high up. There's some risk of spraining your ankle.
That's alright.
You jump down here, perhaps aiming for this mushroom, but it gives way a little bit more easily than you expected, and your foot just kind of comes into contact with one of these vines that's sticking up and hits it at a strange angle, and you just take just two bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Oh, it's different to concentration. Sorry, but I assume I pass.
What are you trying to...
I was trying to roll concentration for elemental weapon.
Oh, right.
I don't think it matters with whatever roll that was. 18. No, that's ready to turn now. He'll move here.
I'm not clear on what you're saying, sorry. You took
Sorry.
You took 2 damage, so you do need to do a DC 10 concentration check. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Do you want me to roll that again? I rolled wisdom by mistake.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to roll concentration?
No, I mean, I guess with that roll, that would easily... Is that what you meant?
That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Okay, sweet.
Sorry, I think my mic was a bit far.
That's alright. Okay, Twig.
Twig is going to look at this hurt one in front of him and point his little hands and force this vibrating energy.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
As the sound of these church-like bells fills the air. Maybe they're a little bit, sort of, bit off-tune, bit detuned, like doom, doom, doom. this thing kind of like lifts up and rears back as this energy penetrates it. And is it 17 damage?
Yep.
It falls over the stairs backwards and lies on its back in front of this other creature, sort of kicking its
Wow.
rooty, leafy limbs.
Whoa.
Eventually stops moving as it continues to burn for some time at the base of the stairs.
Ah, the skull's back. I like it.
I worked out what it was. If you, yeah, it was, all of them were like, I had set all of the tokens to secret, and then it hides the conditions. So let me know if you can't see again in the future. All right. You hear something else approaching.
Oh, Tara's back.
Is Tara trying to join the
Yeah, yes.
session?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, sorry. I've had to restart everything, but it seems stable now, so I'm trying again.
All right. You've taken a bit of damage due to your absent-mindedness.
It happens sometimes. He was distracted by the dings on his sword or something.
All right, Vindaris.
Bindaris will like to take a step forward and to attack the Treespawn with his bronze axe.
All right.
He has a -2 to damage as well from last time. If that hits.
17 hits.
Yeah. I'll put that in
It
there.
should
-2.
happen automatically, I think.
Okay, I'll give it a go.
Is it the bronze great axe? Bronze great axe.
Yes.
Yeah, it should do it automatically.
Ah, it's -2 in brackets. Yep, perfect. So there we go.
How do you kill this thing just immediately like that?
Whoa.
Just cleaver it in half.
Just down the
Unless
middle.
they're down the middle.
It just
And
sort
then
of
it's-
reaches up at you.
It's sort of like
Split
it's like
down the middle.
splitting firewood, and then it doesn't go all the way. Then he just like taps it down, like, and then splits it.
It just peels like a banana. All these leaves and vines fall scattered on the ground before you.
And just move out the way to that position. Yao Mei, it's also difficult terrain as well.
Thank you.
All right. Because of the sound that you've been making, this beast down here wakes up, and it will stand from a prone position and look around and kind of sees what's going on, looks in your direction, and it hesitates for a moment. It's going to step over to here. It's looking a little bit like it's kind of shaking its head, just waking up. And you hear some more footsteps coming from somewhere to the south. And now, Vindaris, you hear some of these footsteps coming from this passageway directly to the right of you, as one of these Treespawn emerges from this dark chamber and just comes straight at you. And you see another one emerging from the north up here. And this one is going to come at you ready, try to claw you, just as you're recovering from a bit of a sprained ankle. Or mildly twisted ankle.
Claws them as well.
Yep. Make a con save. Alright. Give me the damage.
Sorry.
These spores kind of fly into its chest and through these roots and bone-like pieces and through its neck and come back out of its eyes, and it's kind of shaking its head and its body, trying to get these spores out of it. It is going to still reach towards you and manage to attack you with its claws, and it will do 4 slashing damage.
Oh, I think I did that twice.
What do you mean?
As in, I think I took 4 HP away as well as you.
I took 4 damage from you?
Or maybe you didn't. Did you not?
Maybe I had you selected or something when I did that. Hold on, let me have a look at the damage log. You took 8 damage.
Oops, now it's 48. That's too much.
Okay.
But I think I failed the save.
Yeah, so you lose Shillelagh.
Oof.
Just as another one of these.
I think I
Creepy.
keep Shillelagh. I think I lose elemental weapon.
Oh, right, okay. Oh yeah, Shillelagh's not concentration. This one comes out of the darkness, runs around this circular inner wall, and attempts to... Oh, sorry, it is unable to... It's just going to... It just makes it to there. Holding out its claws for you. This one down here is going to move into melee range with Vindaros. Swipe at him. But misses. Yao Mei.
Okay. Well, I think it's going to be tried and true for me. Same old. Gonna head up towards... Actually, you know what? No, I'll stay and attack this guy in front of me.
Ducks out of the way.
I will try again.
That one hits.
Yay. And this has negative applied to it. Okay, great.
Alright.
Well, it was a 0 roll, so that's fun.
4 slashing, and it goes up in flames as you hack at the side of it. And it kind of turns its head in your direction. You've just taken like a swipe at it and then it hit it.
I guess I'll just sort of growl back and I'll end my turn.
Alright. Another one of these creatures emerges from down to the south and moves over to here. Ready.
I will green flame blade this close one. But I don't have a... I do have a preset. Oh, awesome. Right, green flame. Sorry, it's this one.
Invioli.
That hits.
Yay!
Woohoo.
Ooh.
That one is just obliterated.
Whoa.
It flies backwards as these chromatic sparks go off and all of these spores kind of follow it.
And 1 fire damage to the one next to it. It gets some sparks.
And it will also ignite as these sparks hit it.
Ooh.
I can imagine him running back out of fear, dying, and he just grabs onto his mate. Ah! Not him on fire.
What the fuck are you doing? Get off!
Chef's kiss of an image.
I will. I might use healing word on Yao Mei as well,
Alright.
and that will be my turn.
Much obliged, sir.
Twig.
I'm gonna look at Reddy as be like, that was mine. I was gonna get him. Then I'll cast Toll the Dead on his ignited friend.
This one to your left?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, excellent.
Nice.
And like casting it, you're gonna see like a little bit of this guy's like energy kind of come back towards Twig, and he sort of like breathes it in, and he gets a little bit of that life.
And as you draw this essence from this creature, you see it kind of shrivel before you. As if it's becoming almost desiccated as this necrotic energy fills its body, and it begins to turn black, and it collapses. It sort of turns to face you and tries to like walk towards you in anger as it's still burning, and it just takes the knee, and then it just kind of just stops moving on its knees, basically, with its hands out. And just sits there burning.
Oh, cool.
Another one of these Treespawn emerges from up here. It sees what you have done, but it is unable to reach you where you are. So instead it steps past these burning corpses and heads directly for Reddy Vindaros.
Hello, spores them.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, hello, spores.
Nice. You'd probably be able to kill it with your spores. Nope, not quite. It just walks through this cloud of spores.
Throw some mushrooms at him.
So Vindaros is going to use the bronze great axe under the one that's to his right.
All right.
Great axe.
That's a hit.
Nice.
Another one cleaved through.
Nice. And then, as he's finished his overhead cleaving, he just turns around and follows through with an uppercut to this one here.
All right.
Second attack.
Yep.
Nice.
You make contact with the uppercut. Are there two creatures? Oh, that's really weird. It's like opening the wrong... What the... That is very strange. Sorry about that. Yes, 15 would kill it, except that... You've already killed one of these beasts. That is the strangest thing. Hard to explain this error, but nevertheless, you kill this thing as well.
Just take off his head. With
Nice.
uppercut. Okay. Cool. End turn.
Alright. Now this guard beast has thoroughly woken from its slumber. It'll come bounding over here and attack you, Vindaros, just as you slay two of its allies. It's going to try to bite you on the leg. And it hits for 7 piercing. And it'll follow by attempting to then sort of, as it draws back, tears a bit of flesh out of your leg. It shakes its head and appears to almost swallow this flesh.
Ooh.
And as it's doing this, it tries to like climb up on you and gouge at your chest with its claws.
Am I able to impose disadvantage from where I'm standing next to Vindaros?
I forget if you need to be... How does it
He
work?
has to be within a meter of me, which he is.
Your ally?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how I understand it. Yeah. When a creature you can see attacks a target other than you within a meter of you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh wait, hang on a second. Do I have my shield equipped? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So yes,
Alright.
please.
I'll make it another roll as you step in to sort of bash this thing and try to push it off Vindaros's chest. Unfortunately, you're unsuccessful.
Disadvantage.
It just kind of takes the hit and snarls at you and continues to scrape away for another 4 slashing damage. And another one of these Treespawn emerges from here and comes running towards you as several of them zero in. This one it's gonna dash up to here. Yao Mei.
Well, I guess I know my next victim. I mean... something else.
22 hits. Alright. It's still standing, but it also catches on fire.
Cool. I will follow that through with another attack.
Okay. Yep, that hits.
Okay.
Nice. You put this one out of its misery.
Alright, then I guess with my movement, I'll just kind of pop here next to Retty, kind of in between my two allies, and I'll end my turn there.
Okay. This Treespawn will come up here, and it's going to attack Vindaros.
At disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Misses. Ready.
Ready will he'll move around. He'll dip his quarterstaff in the flames of this Treespawn, and then he'll make a green flame blade. Oh yeah.
Woohoo.
Sorry, I lost it. Where are we? Green flame symbiolate. That's the one.
Yep, that's a hit.
Ooh.
How do you kill this as part of that movement?
I like to think he dips it in the old one and stabs it through the head as it just ignites and bursts into flame.
You put the burning end of your quarterstaff through the head of this creature and just you do it with enough force. It's like sparking with this shillelagh energy as well. It just goes straight through its face, like comes out the back of it and catches fire on its head, and it just like.
And as the Treespawn falls, I look menacingly at Twig through the flames.
I'm chilled yet impressed, all at the same time. Okay, Twig is gonna move a little bit forward, and he's gonna bring up his fingers and sort of make a sort of a growing motion, and to fight plant with plant. Ooh, one must wither and bloom. I think that should be good.
Alright.
Okay, so these guys have to take a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
And
Necrotic damage. Non-magical vegetation in the area withers. Interesting.
yes, is this?
Okay.
And then I'd also like to allow Vindaros to roll a hit die.
Alright.
And add my...
Oh, thank you.
Both of them fail.
Haha! and add 5 to that hit die.
Just
And
can't
give me
recall.
the damage for the
Oh, yeah, sorry.
necrotic. Vindaros, if you hit the short rest button, you can click the roll button in
Okay.
there once.
I just didn't. I wasn't sure if it brought back any features that I used. That's all.
It won't do that unless you hit finish short rest, I think.
Okay. True.
And so 3 necrotic damage to both of them.
Yeah, 3 necrotic damage to both of them. Please ignore the 14.
Alright.
And Vindaris, I think you can add 5 to that.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah. For my spellcasting modifier.
As you cast this spell on this area, you notice that some of these mushrooms begin withering and collapsing in the corner and along the wall, and you also see some of the leaves and the vines on the ground
Ooh.
blacken and go dark. Both of these creatures look up at you as this energy passes over them. They
Oh
keep
dear.
coming at Vindaros and Yao Mei. Vindaros.
Vindaris will like to use his bonus action and cast Divine Favor
Alright.
first, and then attack the one to the left with his great axe.
That's a hit.
Nice. Sorry, just had to put in that little extra.
Nice. You cleave through this one with this bronze great axe that's glowing with this radiant energy. This light shines through the chamber briefly.
And then follow through to the dog spawn on the side.
Dog spawn.
Tree dog spawn.
Tree dog.
Oh.
12 hits.
Oh.
Ooh.
Nice.
Alright, another 8 damage. It's still coming at you, but it's not looking too good now. Perhaps there's a whole bunch of sap coming out of some of its branch-like limbs.
I wonder if it's got a collar on it to call his owner. I'll make a mental note for later.
But it is going to respond. Actually, it's going to slash at you first with its claws. For 6 slashing damage.
Yep.
And then it will attempt to bite you. It attempts to bite you in the same place, on the wound on your leg. But you're able to step out of the way before it's able to.
Just doing a con check.
Nice. What was the one for, Anna?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I think I just accidentally rolled it.
Maybe it was me. Maybe I had... Oh no. Maybe someone had you selected. Alright. This one is going to come up here and it's going to run over to a Yao Mei. And actually, how far did it move? Man, I can't see the... It's actually going to move to here. Get in the middle of both of you.
Awesome. Halo spores.
Nice. Completely forgot about that. It'll probably kill it. Fails.
Whoa.
Not quite dead. It feels kind of unrealistic as well that it would like come up and like stand between two of these hostiles just by choice.
Maybe it's feeling confident.
Maybe, but not anymore. The confidence goes out of its hollow eyes.
Oh no.
It's going to respond and attack ready. And misses. Yao Mei.
I think we maybe killed its love and it was just running in as a impulse. I wasn't really thinking, but I'm going to follow through on Reti's very, very nice spore thing. I'm going to try and set it on fire.
That hits. Alright, 5 is enough to kill it. You just slash at it from behind. It just falls into Reddy's chest. All these spores swarming around it.
Awesome. And quick question. I can't really move in Foundry at the moment. Foundry's not really moving with me, so I can't zoom out or in or scroll to the sides. Can I see any other creatures at this point?
You don't see any other than this tree dog attacking Vindaros.
Yeah, sweet.
Dog tree.
Dog tree.
Socialist.
Tree spawn dog. Tree dog. So I guess I'll head over there and I'll try and finish him off if I can climb over the body.
Yep, you can do
as
that.
well. Okay.
Yeah, that hits.
Great, let's put this thing down.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite kill it, but it sets it on fire at least.
Well, someone's going to be unhappy about Fido later, but not worrying about that now. I'm going to end my turn.
Ready.
I'll stow my staff and Ghost Touch. I'll toss this tree spawn away that fell on me as well.
Falls lifelessly to the floor. 15 hits. How do you kill this creature? With Ghost Touch?
What does Ghost Touch do? You summon a ghostly hand and repel it towards the creature. I do that.
As you cast this spell, this large spirit hand kind of comes out of the gloom behind you and passes through you and moves towards this creature, just between Vindaros and Yao Mei, and just like passes right into it and it's kind of absorbed into its body.
Eyes.
What does?
The hand that I summoned just approaches and gently closes the eyes of the dog spawn.
It's kind of midway looking back and forth between Vindaros and Yao Mei, choosing who is going to attack next, and zeroing in on Yao Mei as it's burning as a result of his burning flame attack, as this ghostly hand just comes out of the gloom and just closes its eyes and puts it to sleep.
Sends it to the farm.
And we're out of combat.
Crossing the Rainbow Mushroom Bridge.
Can Twig hear anything? Any more growling?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Unfortunately, you can't see growls.
You can't use your big eyes.
Yeah. Just my small ears.
A lot of this organic squelching and squishing activity and this strange whistling and screeching and rumbling seems to have died down. You can still hear some movement as occasionally some of these tendrils and vines in the floor and the walls move over each other a little bit. And drips of bright green, poisonous looking liquid occasionally drip from the ceiling and I can't always do that.
That's really impressive.
I think something just like got on me.
Let me try again. There you go.
There it is again.
Through all of this, you hear something echoing through these dimly lit chambers somewhere to the north. And rather than being another one of these whistling, screeching sounds, it sounds like some kind of groaning. You almost think you can make out some words. You're not sure what they are, but it sounds like a person.
Doris, do you hear that?
Yeah, I think we should loot the bodies first.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of them. Are you looking at me because of my big ears?
No,
That's okay, I might take offense. These things.
Okay, if you look into the torso cavities of these creatures, see if you find anything.
You know, we call these nature's pockets at home.
You find let me see. You find in one of these nature's pockets, just sitting in the cavity, just wrapped up in some leafy plant matter, 2 opaque light pink gemstones. And you also find an eyelash that appears to be suspended in some gum arabic. Also just sitting in one of these torso cavities. And you find a little pouch in another one of them that contains 264 copper pieces.
Ooh.
You don't know why these creatures would be holding on to King Smorgon's copper pieces, but you can check them, and they do indeed have the bust of King Smorgon on them.
I'll put these. Do you want me to put these in my inventory? Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind holding on to the coins if you want. You can take.
Okay, sure.
Because I'm thinking they might have some weight to them as well.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh yes, Twig. Yeah, I did hear something coming from the north as well. I think it's it's a good idea.
Oh, it sounds like a bird.
Maybe we'll like poke his head around this corner.
Hey, Ratty, you've got the necklace. Let's go check it out. Before,
Which
Down at
way?
the end of this chamber, to your right, Reddy, you can see the mushrooms that are clustering on the walls and the floor increase in number a fair bit and you see some sort of strange object down the end. And there appear to be a bunch of bones and things on the ground as well. You can't quite make out in the gloom what that thing is.
Vindaris just got stuck moving through a body. If it's possible, you can give him some assistance.
I don't know where he is.
Out there.
It's moving around.
Right.
Somewhere. Or there.
There he is.
Yeah. Surprise.
Movement illegal because you wanted to loot bodies. No longer allowed.
Got too involved. He was really in there.
Got stuck in the rib cage for a second.
Hey, what's in there?
What are you staring at, Reddy, down there?
That's a thing, a mushroomy thing.
Ignores us.
Vindaris
Reddy-
just
Maybe
But
Reddy
Daz would just
enjoys
keep
the fact that
watch.
as he progresses down this passageway, the number of spores in the air increases significantly.
Hey, like,
Vindaros, give me a perception check.
Yes, no problem.
What were you going to say, Reddy?
nothing important, I think.
Alright. And as you trudge down here on this viney floor, you can see at the end of the passageway, it kind of ends in this small circular dead end. And you can see what looks like some kind of large seed-like pod, surrounded by thick, leathery black leaves. They almost look like petals or something like that. And this pod is attached to the wall by what looks like almost a gooey, dripping umbilical cord-like stalk. And you can see this stalk pulsing like a thick vein, as it seems to be pumping fluids from the back of this passageway into this pod. And the stench in here is overwhelming. Just this smell of earth and manure and decaying animals, and again there are bones everywhere.
Maybe this is one for fire breath. Has Vindaris used that?
No,
I think he's
still
still
have one
got
charge
two.
left.
One left.
One left, yeah.
Maybe we should maybe you should do that. And I kind of turn back and look at him and just
I want to save that for the Rachis, just in case.
what if that's it?
It's pretty it's not that impressive.
Reddy will draw his shield and sort of keep going a bit closer.
Does this thing change as we get closer to it? Like, is it doing anything?
As you get a bit closer to it, you think you see some kind of lump on the surface of the pod move across the surface, as if something within is shifting and it's sending this strange ripple down the side, almost like a pregnant belly.
Ooh.
And then you hear echoing from back where you came, again, this kind of Vindaris, you can hear this sound coming from the north.
Reddy will be, I guess, a bit drawn out of his reverie if you can hear this. It's alright, Twig, let's firebolt this and go on our way.
Hey, you want me to?
I don't know what it is, but I don't like it.
You don't like it? I can certainly firebolt it.
Or do you want me to poke it instead and see what happens?
Yeah, poke it.
Okay. I will doff my shield.
Can I ready a firebolt in case like something tries to eat. Ready?
Okay.
Okay.
So you cast this firebolt and you're kind of holding this flame between your hands.
Yeah.
Or maybe you've got your staff in one hand.
I'll recast Shillelagh as well, and then I'll go and give it a little poke.
Hey, Yao Mei steps back.
The chamber echoes with the arcane words that you speak to cast these spells. And ready, you approach this bulb thing with this crackling quarterstaff, and you poke it. How do you poke it?
Just gently, like that, like Ewok did in.
Like you jab it with your quarterstaff, or is it just like?
It's like a gentle jab, a probing jab, as opposed to a mean jab. You know.
Oh, like a.
It's like do something, you know.
Poke it with a stick to see if it's dead, kind of
Yeah,
vibe.
exactly. Yeah.
The pod shifts a little bit, and you see more of this movement inside this writhing activity in response to your poke. Nothing else happens.
Poke it harder.
Alright, I might make an attack with Shillelagh. I'll try and bonk it this time.
When you hit this pod, and this energy from Shillelagh spreads out across the surface of the pod, you hear this sound emanating from the pod, and after only a brief moment, the quarters of this pod, like petals, kind of open up and spread out in 4 directions. And there's all this goo and oozing kind of muck inside, like saliva, connecting these leaves, like these petals, like little strings of saliva, like a mouth opening. And you see something in there. It appears to be a very small humanoid shape, and it kind of twists and turns and kind of turns what looks like a Treespawn head in your direction, and it opens these two eye sockets, kind of blinks and looks around and sees you and begins crawling towards you.
Ready will like duck and jump out of the way.
I can just imagine, Mama. First one he saw so red, his name was Mama.
What do you do in response to this? You just move away?
Yeah, I take a step back after I bonk the flower.
What do you do, Twig?
Twig is probably gonna release his fireball.
Okay, go ahead.
He's like, here we go. Whoa! Wow! My heart's not in it.
You hit it.
Oh,
You hit it square in the face as it's picking itself up from the ground and pulling itself out of this pod and looking around, like reaching out with its hands. You just give me the damage. It just recoils as it goes up in flames, and it just kind of tries to tread backwards over the remains of this pod and step into the back of this end of this chamber, and it's making this horrific screeching, screaming, whistling sound as it kind of curls up into the fetal position in this terminal spot, and it just burns and screams until it stops moving.
wow.
I'll pat Twig on the back and say, you did the right thing. It may not look dangerous now, but that's
When it gets a little older.
Is the pod destroyed, or did it just sort of like open?
The pod is just open. But it's kind of lying limp on the ground with these petals spread out. But it's not moving or anything.
I think that did it. I don't make it a point to go around killing babies, but I think you're right, Reddy.
Let's go see. Someone sounds injured.
Yes.
Guys, what did you find?
Oh, yeah. Just
We did what we had to do.
Okay.
As those two go away, I'm going to step forward again and kind of look at it. I don't approach it yet. What's the spore situation in the room? Or in this corridor? Is it regular? Does it match everywhere else? Or is it like horrifically spory in here?
Horrifically spory. There's a lot more spores in the terminal end of this passageway.
Okay. And does it look like... Did it look like that affected Reddy or Twig at all?
The spores?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Then I might step forward. Is that what you described as an umbilical cord still attached at the back?
Yes.
Okay. Would I be able to take my sword and try and sever it? Like just stab through it?
So, not the pod, but the umbilical cord itself?
Yes.
Yeah, you can pretty easily... Is your sword still flaming?
How long would it have been? If it's not, I'll probably set it off again.
Okay. Yeah, you can pretty easily slice through this vein-like cord. And it just kind of cauterizes it as you do. And the pod just sort of hangs a little bit more limp as a result. And perhaps the other end of this cord that's kind of coming out of the room sort of kind of thrashes around a bit before it stops moving and hangs limp.
Okay. Cool. Then I'll just step back and rejoin everybody. Just don't want it to reactivate or anything.
Don't want it to grow another one.
We don't want to kill more babies.
Which way, Vindaros?
To the north.
As you step over to here, Vindaros, you think you see something further along in this passageway. And you hear another utterance coming from what looks like some kind of animal folk, very small, only about 60 centimeters tall, with brindled tan fur and frayed clothes covered in blood. And it looks like it's some kind of mouse folk, but it's being held up on the wall by a bunch of vines amid this patch of red mushrooms that are on the floor beneath it and also on the wall all around it. And it has its eyes open and it's kind of facing in your direction and it appears to see you and once again lets out this pained utterance of desperation and suffering.
Vindaris will definitely make his way slowly into the room, keeping an eye out. I know it's already irregular, but anything more so suspicious?
You don't see anything else except that the spores are a lot denser in here, as is the fog, and you also think you can see at the end of the chamber another one of these pods which your allies have described to you.
Guys, let's go ahead and have a look and help this mouse folk out.
Careful for
Twig-
traps.
Yeah, Twig, you might need to look after this this pod as well.
Oh, there's another pod?
There's another pod. Yeah.
I'll kill it if I have to.
As you step over here, Vindaris, you see that not only is this mousefolk restrained and held up on the wall, but there are also several vines that appear to be piercing its skin, sucking blood and lipids from its body,
Yeah.
pumping them into the walls.
How high is this mousefolk again? Off the floor?
Maybe
On the
only a meter and a half.
Okay.
And it looks at you longingly.
I'm definitely going to call over Yao Mei as well to assist. Vindaris wants to cut these vines, and or even asks Yao Mei if you can, or I can support the mouse folk while you cut the vines that are holding the mouse up.
I can do that.
Yeah, you can do that pretty easily. The vines respond the same way as the umbilical cord. You're able to sort of cauterize them with the flaming sword, and they writhe around for a moment and then stop moving as this mouse folk is freed from its bindings and falls into your arms, Vindaris.
I will just see if the mouse can stand, or place him on the floor gently.
Yeah, if you place him on the floor, he doesn't seem able to stand. He's not
Okay.
looking good. He's got wounds all over his body, and there's still the ends of some of these vines sticking out of his flesh. As you put him on the floor, he kind of stumbles and falls at your feet.
Okay.
Cowering
As I
beneath
notice
you.
that, I'll lay on hands for 2 points. The mouse.
Nice, you can have inspiration for that. I think you've already got it there.
Thanks.
As this warm energy fills this mouse folk's body, he looks up at you again and blinks. He kind of looks around at all of you and says something that kind of sounds like a question, although you can't understand it.
I might give Vindaris the pendant if he wants it.
Yeah, I'll take the pendant, and I'll say, hello, traveler. You seem to be in a very bad state.
Oh dear. Oh yes. Oh dear.
Oh no.
Who are you?
We're on a journey to rid of this Grimbower.
Grimbower?
That's where we are.
Oh, okay.
How long have you been down here for?
Oh dear. I don't remember how long. I can't remember. A long time, I think. Or maybe... No. I think not very long. I remember. We were in the woods. We were in the, oh God, my father, my sister. Where are they?
It's hard to say what's been done. Well, you're the first son of life that we've seen here. I'm Vindaris, and these are my companions.
He looks around at you all.
Oh, hello. Thank you. Thank you for healing me. Are you gonna take me out of here?
We'll do our best. We'll definitely see to that. That you get out.
I don't feel so good.
No, this place is something else. How? Guys, what do you think we should do?
Does he want some food?
Good question. Are you hungry? Or
Oh, yes.
I got here. I'll bring out a carnivore ration and offer it to him.
Oh,
He reaches out with his pink little hands, grabs it, takes it from you, kind of looks up at you, begins like chewing away at this ration,
Oh,
kind of stands to his feet.
thank you.
And I'll offer him one of my many water skins.
Drinks it too hurriedly, it goes pouring down his face. He just like finishes the last bit of water in the water skin.
do you know much about this place down here? What have you seen or heard? What about if we make our way away from here and we'll just like go towards the main entrance of the vein out there?
Oh dear, okay.
wait. Before you go, Reddy, hey, I'm just a bit curious. We should kill this thing, but I want to see what happens if you cut off its nutrition supply. You know, we didn't try that before.
Cutting? That's not my specialty, but I'll
Or beating.
Oh, beating, yes.
Yes.
What are they doing, Vindaris? They shouldn't make it angry.
Yes, just beat it to bloody pulp.
I call over and I just offer my sword as they're like talking about it and kind of pointing. I'm assuming I understand something.
Yes.
Sorry, I missed your name. To the mouse.
As you ask this and Twig, you cut this umbilical cord. Is that what you were doing?
Yes.
Another one of these creatures pulls itself out of this bud, this pod. Just
Most
comes
interesting.
running at you.
Oh God.
I just wanted to shield the mouse away from what they had to deal with, like walking away like a young child.
Okay,
With his
you
back
can do
to
that.
it, yeah. To the entrance. So I'm Vindaris, I missed your name earlier.
Jefferson Jones.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Vindaris.
Giving the attack for the fireball.
Yes. Can I do that? Do I have time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can just imagine I'm trying to distract him and there's all this noise going on in the background. All these screams, fire, smells, singes.
By the way,
Nice.
I'm also kind of using my shield to block whatever's happening if I can. Just with like my other arm, I'm just like blocking the whole corridor off.
Yes, don't worry, Jefferson. They're just cleaning up.
Jefferson kind of looks like he's starting to collect himself a bit.
Well, good. These nasty tree spawn.
Yeah,
I hope,
there's quite a few of them
I hope
down
you
here.
kill all of them. Why,
There was quite a few
I'd
down
like
here.
to kill some of them.
I like to
Now
see
we're
that
talking.
one.
I'll hand Yao Mei back. The dagger. Thank you. That was very informative.
Is Yao Mei bloodied, by the way? Still?
Yeah, not the best, not the worst. Doing okay.
Have a healing word.
Oh, thank you. Just like taps me on the shoulder and walks past or something.
Like, word.
Fizzle womp.
Jefferson, I'm sure my companions will love to have you in our party while we clear out the bells of this Grimbower.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not feeling so good. I think I'm starting to remember what happened. We were scouting in the woods around our new home when they came upon us. We didn't realize there were any treespawn in these parts. We came here across the Andavega, trying to get away from the frog people.
Oh no!
And we thought it would surely be safe. But then we were attacked by insectoids, and then we had to flee again. Well, we were so happy when we found our new home. We thought, oh, you should see it, Vindaris. A beautiful place. Large stretch of floodplains. Beautiful, encircled by the forest. Perfect for farming. It seemed so safe and so wonderful. But then the spider folk came.
That does seem like a lovely place that you found, a nice little patch. We're also from strange lands. We've travelled across the seas actually. We've fought quite a number of these creatures that you've been dealing with as well. Vindaris is sizing up Jefferson. Can
He's 60 centimeters.
Can Vindaris carry Jefferson? Would that
Pretty easily.
like if he puts him on his like backpack, travel along with us?
If you get into combat, it would affect your ability to fight, but otherwise you can do that pretty easily.
Okay.
But also if you... Yeah.
That's okay. Team, what do you think we should do? Do you think we should escort Jefferson back out to the Grimbower? Or,
He might be safer here with us.
that's what I'm thinking.
And yeah, I'm sure we can keep him safe.
Well, what are they saying?
They'll like you to join us. You can be part of our party while we're down here. We can keep an eye on you, look after you, just to make sure that none of these other tree spawn hurts or put you through that same torture again. We just have some business to finish off. That's the only issue.
I would like to find my father and sister.
Did they come? Were they down here with you? Do you know?
I didn't see. I'm not sure. But I did see others moving around. I could see a very terrifying, large tree spawn. Terrifying, almost hovering above the ground, walking on all these vines and things, moving around down there.
He like points towards the central area of this cavernous underground passageway. He says,
I think I saw it go into that door. Later, it came back out again, I think. I don't know, it's a haze. Many other creatures. A few of them I've seen go into that door and I don't know. I think it's a door.
like points here.
Oh.
Yep. So
But
please, Jefferson.
I'm actually, I'm actually not bad with a blade. If you have something spare, a spare weapon, I wouldn't mind looking for my family. I would stay with you. Although I feel pretty unwell. Oh dear, I really do feel pretty unwell. He looks a bit pale in the face.
Yes, you've been through quite a bit there. Yeah, please stay with us. And I'll ask the question to our party. Yao Mei, would you happen to have a spare blade, possibly, for Jefferson?
I have something, but it might be too big. And I kind of dig around in my bag and I pull out my normal scimitar that's not on fire, and I offer it. But it's a scimitar, so I don't actually have a dagger.
I do have a dagger.
Oh, I have. I'll bring out my dagger too. It was fine selection.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting because he's technically small, but he's at the lower end of the small range. So 60 centimeters is right at the bottom of small. And so, like, he should be able to use...
almost as long as him.
Yeah, but he should be able to use a scimitar. Like, it's a light weapon. But yeah, I mean, like, well, it's probably longer than he is. I don't know how that works. I'll say that he can take this scimitar from you.
He's like, I could use this as a kind of pole arm. I think I can manage.
I like your thinking, Jefferson.
If Twig notices Jefferson's a bit pale and peaky looking, can he sort of inspect Jefferson if he's got any unusual growths, or if he's harboring any glowing pods or something like that?
Yeah, give me a medicine check.
I can even pass the pendant over to...
Oh, don't mind me. Just checking you for parasites.
Oh. You can speak my language.
Oh, yes. It's all thing.
He's kind of like pretty quick. He sort of looks at Vindaros and looks at you. He sees Vindaros handing over this pendant.
Oh, I see. It's a magic pendant.
Yes, that's right.
I can hear you.
What is it? It does allow you to actually speak his language, doesn't it?
Yeah, if I concentrate on... Oh... Does it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, your ability to speak mouse is flawless. And as you're sort of checking him over, you can see still some of the tips of these vines sticking out of his skin on his arms and his legs and on his back. But you don't find anything else. Nothing you can see through his fur anyway. You don't see anything glowing. That's for sure. You don't think he has a mana fight on him.
All right. I think you look all right. Just a little bit pale.
I think I'm lucky to be alive. I remember seeing those Treespawn chopping up bodies. I guess I was small enough to be digested as I was. Oh dear, I don't like to think about it.
Oh no. Yes, it's quite unsettling, isn't it? Let's not dwell on it. Let's yeah, how did you get down here?
I vaguely remember being carried, maybe. I was knocked out. We had to fight them. I remember.
We?
Yeah, we came out. There were a whole bunch of us that came across the Andavega to get away from the frog people, and we found this wonderful new home. excellent farmland in these plains on this side of the river. We felt so blessed, so lucky. Then we were attacked by
the Treespawn.
by Arachians. No, spider insectoids.
Spider insectoids.
Yes, a tribe of them lived nearby. So we had to move on again, further east, into the forest. And, we were looking for somewhere to settle. That was as good as the place that we have found. We didn't find anywhere, but then we were attacked again by the Treespawn.
Oh.
We fought hard, but many of us died. I saw my cousin die. Many of my friends. But I believe I was taken by along with my father and my sister. I remember it. I saw them being carried on the backs of these Treespawn through the forest. I can picture it. Then I don't know what happened. Maybe one of them hit me on the head or something.
They could be in here. Hey guys, there could be more little mouse people in here. Little strange furry creatures.
I would very much like to have a look.
Could we check these other passageways, see
Yes.
if there's any,
Yes.
these corridors? I will cast Healing Word if Jefferson's looking very pale.
Yeah, he's struggling to walk even.
And I will... Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'll just say to... Let's see what language I say it in first. Oh, I guess I'll
Ooh.
try to say it in Savannah. I'll say, this... Be wary, guys. I can't keep doing this for too much longer. I'm starting to feel a little bit wary. But I will give Jefferson this many healing points.
Nice.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. I feel much better.
He kind of holds this bronze scimitar up.
I'm ready. Let's do this.
That's Retty.
Oh, you're ready. Well, that's good. We should definitely be ready in a place like this.
Who wants to control him?
I'm
wouldn't
happy to. I'll leave it. With my internet troubles, maybe it is a good idea.
I want to control someone for us. I want to be a puppet master today.
Do it. That's fine.
All right.
He thinks he's ready.
Should be able to move him around now.
Looks like it. Yeah. We'll stay close to Vindaris, I think.
And basically, as you travel around this area and check in these passageways, you find the same thing that you found in previous passageways.
I'm gonna burn them all.
Yeah, I'm happy to cut the umbilical cord every time.
We can say that you do that, and Twig, you might as well give yourself full health if you're going to heal a little bit each time you do
Azoo.
Nice.
Yeah, I drink it in. Oh.
Do you make the obnoxious sipping noises people do when they're tasting wine?
Yeah, like lip smacking. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Earthy tones.
oh yes.
There's definitely a top note of decay
Yes, rotten.
and a bottom note
Terribly
of
rotten.
fungus.
Reddy would
Excellent
actually like
flavour.
to collect some spores, maybe just scrape some off a mushroom or two and put them in his component pouch.
Okay. He can do that pretty easily. None of the mushrooms come alive and attack him.
That's my garden.
As we're sort of gathered here for a moment, can I just speak the magic word to this ring of palm flowers?
Yep.
Okay. Explodes from my head. All right, and ooh, great.
Nice.
That's quite useful.
And I think you would recognize which flower it is now. You have a pretty good understanding of how these flowers work. After you tear them from your palm.
Would anyone like a sniff of this this rather healing flower? Or
Oh dear, no. I think I've had enough flowers for one day.
oh yes.
For a lifetime.
Oh no.
Vindaris
I'm a
or
farmer.
Retty, you take it.
Oh dear. I'll hand it to Vindaris.
Yeah, thank you. He uses his trunk.
You really get in there.
Some of the petals go up your nose, like up the trunk. All right, let's take a 5-minute break.
I'm so sorry about all the interruption earlier, by the way.
That's all right. Happens.
Just had to restart my router, my PC, my laptop, just nothing was working. I only had my phone to message you on Discord and be like, guys, it's the only thing that was left.
You have a look around this chamber down here, among the roots of the Grimbower. And as I mentioned, you find another one of these pods in each of the chambers you look in. And you make your way around this central portion of the Grimbower roots. And in each tunnel that you look in, Jefferson anxiously looks around at the walls. And you do see another couple of humanoids, some body parts, some corpses that are attached to the walls, having their juices sucked out by these vines and veins, whichever it is that they are. And you come around this circular central area and you find yourselves back where you were to begin with. You see all of these corpses of tree folk and these guard beasts here, and you can see the stairwell leading back up some way further ahead. And as you come to this passageway here, and Jefferson readies his scimitar in both of his hands like a polearm and goes down to inspect the walls down here, you hear him cry out in alarm.
No.
And as you follow him down here, Yao Mei, you find him on his knees, perhaps over here, where this patch of mushrooms is. And there are just tears streaming down his cheek as he is holding up his hands. He's dropped the sword next to him on the floor, and he is just crying and looking up at the remains of these two mousefolk.
No.
One of them a older looking grey-furred mousefolk, and another a female mousefolk. Several of their limbs have been removed and are in the walls and in the floor nearby them. And they have all of these veins, these tendrils still inside their skin. And actually, as you approach this scene, you see one of these vines kind of withdraw, suck back out of this wound and return into the wall as if it's had its fill. And Jefferson just cries and cries,
No! Oh no! No! How could this happen? Why?
Can I kind of come up next to him, and I'll just kind of drop to my knees as well, and just kind of put a hand on his shoulder, and I'll sort of bow my head and almost say like a very quiet little prayer to myself in K9.
He looks into your eyes for a moment with tears in his eyes, watery eyes, and his eyebrows kind of come up in the middle as he just looks full of despair, but also seems grateful that you're present to comfort him. He looks around at all of you as he picks up the sword next to him and stands back up on his 2 feet and kind of takes a step back and leans against this wall here, and then sort of glances up and sees these vines and things and decides better not lean against the wall. And you see his eyebrows, which are sort of raised in the middle, they shift into the reverse configuration as he becomes angry. And you can just see pure frustration and rage in his eyes.
We have to stop them. We have to kill them.
Yes, we will kill them.
Is there nowhere good in this world? We thought we would be safe. We had no idea.
Well, we have a small community of people like us. And you can come stay with us and live in a safe place after we destroy this Grimbower.
Community. Oh, that's a lot to take in. Oh dear. Thank you. Thank you.
Is there a way to bring these bodies down from the wall?
Yeah, you can do that. Unfortunately, some of them have been dismembered. They're partially dismembered and they're kind of rotting and
try and gently
desiccated
remove each part and sort of put them on the ground and in sort of a
I'm happy
kind
to
of burial. Yeah.
Oh dear, I can't look.
Oh, wait, maybe this wasn't the right thing to do. Yeah. Oh, I never know.
I mean, Darius puts his hand on Jefferson's shoulder and leads him out again.
leads him out again.
Let's go, my little friend.
Darius, point me to the way to these nasty Treespawn. I wish to seek vengeance for what they have done to my family and my people. Please let me seek vengeance. Please help me. Help me kill them.
Yes. Yes. Darius doesn't have the pendant.
I'm
I
blasting.
think we all understand anyway. We don't need to know. He knows the language of revenge in his heart.
Darius is like tidying up his straps if he's got anything left on him. Like there's nothing loose to get caught in battle. Like if he's any got his he's like fixing his garments ready to go in.
All right. But otherwise, you don't find anything else down here except for this central area that appears to have 4 doors. If they are doors, you're pretty sure they are. These red archways, one to the northeast, southwest. Go ahead, Tara.
I was just going to ask if, when we did our rounds before, I didn't want to interrupt, were there any other staircases leading further downwards, or is this the lowest level we can get to without going into these?
This is the
doors.
lowest level from what you can tell.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And ready, I'll leave Jefferson to you again.
Cool.
What is this door like the door we saw on the ground floor? The door we saw on the ground floor.
It does appear... Huh. That's alright. It does appear very similar, except that it's covered in red leaves and vines rather than green.
Okay.
I was going to ask, did we find ones on the Treespawn down here as well?
You find several of them have these same twisted white root ones with green leaves on them.
If there's a spare one lying around, we'll also hand that to Jefferson in case he needs to
He looks at it,
use
a
it.
little bit confused.
Don't.
You
You'll
use
do-
this. Yeah.
You know what to do.
Okay.
Does anybody need to prepare anything before we head into this room?
I have lots of preparation to do, but I do wonder if... Let me try and speak your language. Give us a sec. No, I don't need that.
I think you do.
I'll pass it over.
I do wonder if these green-leafed twigs are going to work on this red-leafed door. I've spent a lot of time doing color matching when I was a child. My parents taught me quite well.
Wait, do they look different?
But
I didn't know.
Well, you're probably just seeing greys. The Yao Mei.
Canon now, he's colorblind.
I think actually, in
maybe there's a bit
general,
of a difference.
yeah, I think in general, although of course your character can be colorblind, but I'm thinking that most animal folk don't suffer from the same sort of visual handicaps that their beast ancestors did.
maybe the red that we're referring to isn't the same red that we're talking about out of game.
That's true. It's a matter of qualia.
But I do say, yeah, I think... I'm not sure if these ones will work downstairs. I guess we can try.
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna cast Shillelagh and draw the shield.
Yeah.
And that's it for now.
I'm equipped. I have this smoke bomb I've been holding on to for quite a while, and I'm wondering, it might come in handy. Except I'm not sure if it would be troublesome for. It might be troublesome for us all, actually.
I don't think we could see through the last ones we experienced.
It was chaotic. Okay. All right. Noted. Okay.
Should we head in?
Yes.
Maybe when we open the doors this time, we all quickly walk in and break.
Shield.
Okay.
Reddy will point one of the ones at the door.
You see this stream of subtle green energy extend from the tip of the wand to the door. It spreads out on the door, but then seems to be absorbed by the door, and there is no response from these red
Big
leaves.
Darrow
and
scraps
vines
his
on the
one. His wants to give it extra charge.
door. Multiple vine wands have no effect on the door.
We can't cross the streams. Okay.
Maybe it's a matter of belief, as saying jungle common. Telling Yao Mei to do
Darrow
it.
closes his eyes tight.
Oh, because the Yao Mei doesn't know that it's red. You can tell him it's green. Nevertheless, that doesn't work either.
Foiled.
Oh, what if I burn it? I'd like to try firebolt on this door.
I might. Give me 1 second, Twig, and I'll recast Shillelagh.
Oh, yes, very good.
And reach on my shield.
Much the same thing happens when you attempted to firebolt the door on the ground level from outside. The fire spreads out on the door, and some of the leaves are singed and wilted, but the vines that make up this archway just seem to kind of strengthen and harden and kind of bind together even more.
Can I go knock on the door? Like, kind of just bang on it?
Yeah, you can do that.
Weak.
And then immediately run back.
Nothing happens.
I've got a feeling. Our friend Jefferson here saw one person go in and out of this door. I don't think he's in there. He's up there. We have to find him.
Oh, so we enter from above.
He might have quarters up the top. We know that he has a key.
That's interesting.
This one that floats.
Yes, yes.
As you're having this discussion, the vines and leaves on this archway writhe and separate.
Ugh.
Maybe he heard us from inside.
Whoa.
You see in this room what you can only assume is the Rachis. It is very much like the structure that you saw up above, and it is just this spiky, thorny cluster of vines wrapped around each other, forming this central column that extends from the floor upwards to the ceiling. And you can see in here, very briefly, this Treespawn with leaves and leaves and flowers coming out of its body, standing behind this doorway. And you see further into this room, this group of Treespawn that appear to be standing around the Rachis in a circle, and they are whispering and waving their hands in the direction of the Rachis, as if engaged in some sort of ritual. The whole room is lit up with this bright green glow, and you can see the walls here are just constantly pumping this fluid, and you can even see through some of them. They're kind of semi-transparent, some of these vines and things on the wall, and they appear to be pumping like blood and water and chlorophylls into this room and perhaps back out of the room, and the whole room is just this massive bright green. And as this Treespawn opens the door and sees you all, it then kind of takes a step back and points at the door. It's holding a wand also. It looks like one of the wands that you have, another twisted white root, but it has red leaves on it. And it points it at the door, and the door closes again.
Haha.
It's got a wand as well, like ours, with white leaves. I don't know why. Another magic.
Well, it didn't look any different to mine. I don't understand.
Maybe we should knock again.
I'll go knock again
Don't
and
step
stand at the
in.
door. I'll stand like not immediately in front of it. I'll take like a couple steps back. Like I'll be here, but I'll be like visible to it.
Nothing happens when you knock again.
Stinky.
Is there any wand with red leaves lying around? Just, we'll search around this area, look in the walls.
You don't find anything like that. You find another couple of wands in the torso cavities of these Treespawn corpses on the ground, but all of them have green leaves.
Were the Treespawn that we saw inside there just now, they look like the ones from the ground floor and the ones we've just been fighting, or did they look new to me?
From the glimpse through the archway, you saw several of them that looked similar to the ones that you fought in the Grimbower roots in this area that we're in now. But there was one unique-looking Treespawn further on the other side of the chamber that you just caught a glimpse of, which towered above the others and had this very intimidating skull-like head surrounded by these huge pink petals, like the pistil of a flower.
Ooh.
And it had these glowing yellow bulbs in its eye sockets, and this skeletal green body made of lignin and covered in leaves, and it had these long, especially sharp fingers. And all of them were uttering these strange groaning, creaking, whistling, screeching sounds, and it in particular had this, although the other ones don't have mouths, it had this huge maw opening up that was like chanting with these like countless sharp teeth like needles as it was uttering this especially shrill sound from its mouth, and it kind of turned in your direction as you opened the door, as the other Treespawn opened the door, and you just caught a glimpse of it before the door was closed again.
I've had a look around. I don't see any wands, any other types of wands. I think you're right. I think we gotta go and have a look for a Treespawn that holds the right wand.
Do those... The one at the door, is that similar to the one that Midara saw upstairs? Before he decided to come down?
Which one, sorry?
So on the first floor, not the ground, the next level up, we're about to have a look, and they were different to the original ones we fought on the ground floor.
They're like weapons makers or something.
Yeah,
Right,
where all
yeah.
the weapons were.
They looked more mouthless and leafy, like the ones that you fought down here.
Okay.
Let's go see about upstairs. Was that the one that you've seen going in and out, Jefferson?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it was much bigger. I don't know. It's hard for me to say. I don't think so.
I'll mention that to everyone. So, upstairs, shall we see if we can source one of these
Yes.
new red ones that everyone seem to be all the rage these days,
I'll have more than one wand. That seems like fun.
As you head towards the door, you see these vine-like feet and legs moving down the door. Down the stairway as you move towards the stairway.
Oh dear.
And you see a number of these Treespawn coming down the stairs towards you. and they appear to be moving with haste, like they know what they're doing. They know of your presence. So let's roll for initiative as they come at you.
I've added colorblind to my character sheet. And I've decided that it's not all Anubians who are colorblind. Yao Mei is just one of the unlucky ones. Just like how humans sometimes have colorblind people.
Nice. All right. I'm confused. Sorry, give me a second.
I think 11's our lucky number.
I can just imagine Jefferson's like, let me at him. Let me at him.
All right. Yao Mei, you can see these Treespawn shuffling quickly down these stairs, their claws outstretched already in anticipation as they look towards you. They've seen you and they're coming for you. What do you do?
What I'd like to do is put myself a little forward, and I'll try and put myself directly in front of the staircase. And what I'll do is hold my action. I'd like to try and attack any creature that runs past me, going for any of my other allies.
So...
Is that possible?
Only as it leaves your...
Yes.
So you would be able to attack a creature that leaves melee range anyway as an opportunity attack? You can
But
hold...
would that work if they're still in motion? Like if they haven't stopped to fight me and they're just
Yes.
running past? I'm trying to prevent that.
Yes, it would. Yeah, it would work.
Okay, well then I will hold my action until a creature approaches, and I will attack them.
Okay.
Just
I mean, you can, if you want to, like, hold your action and not attack them until they leave. You can do that, but just letting you know that you can use a reaction to do that as an opportunity attack anyway.
yeah,
Although
then
you
I'll
would only
save
be
my
able
reaction.
to do it against one of them. It's kind of
Yeah.
interesting. I mean, if you hold an action for that purpose, then I guess you can
Then
do it
that's my
against two of
reaction
them.
anyway.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. Sorry, it is your reaction anyway.
Yeah, I didn't think about that until I said the last sentence. I was like, oh yeah, wait,
It
never
didn't
mind.
occur to me either.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm holding my
tweak.
action.
Okay.
Yeesh. Hold the front, Yao Mei. You're doing great. I'm gonna firebolt the first one. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna do that because
That's a hit.
like that would be effective.
Nice. That one comes tumbling down the stairs head first as it bursts into flames and just skids and rolls onto the ground at Yao Mei's feet.
Yeah, I might put some foot up just to stop it.
You stopped me. You stopped me from saying that exact same sentence.
That's funny. We like 5 people roll 11. 1, 2.
Yeah.
Vindaris is going to make his way forward. And then he's going to dash and disappear
Hey.
Alright.
in front of Twig.
Okay. Okay, this one at the top of the stairs is going to come down here. It kind of steps over its fallen ally, and it is going to reach out and try to claw Yao Mei. Yao Mei, do you attack it first?
Yeah,
Okay.
feel like I was just waiting for anything to come by me. And by the way, every time my sword goes out, I just reignite it. So it is, in fact, on fire.
So, can you actually just ignite it? Oh, it's a bonus action, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bonus action. Okay,
So
cool.
I would have taken my bonus action to reignite if it wasn't already lit from the traveling around.
Okay. 26 hits.
Cool.
Alright, it's not enough to kill it, but it is ignited.
And if I've used my reaction to attack, but I get 2 attacks per round, does that mean I get to attack twice, or can I
No.
only do 1?
Yeah, only one.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Alright. Roll its claw attack. It misses as you just blind it with this fiery sword, hacking at it, taking it by surprise. It's just swipes at the air. This one is going to follow behind, and it will come down to here and also try to claw at you.
Ooh.
And hits. For just 2 slashing. Ready.
Would I still have Shillelagh up, by the way? Just wondering, I cast it
Yeah,
just
I remember
before we
when you
knocked on
cast
the
it.
door.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. In that case, can I make it to them? I can't make it any. Oh, I can make it there. Cool. I'll go there and green flame blade.
That's a hit. Nice. That one is killed immediately, and the other one takes the 1 fire damage.
That's Reddy's turn.
Jefferson.
How far can you run, Jefferson? You can run 6 meters.
He just
So
yells
runs
out
at them.
as he
Yeah.
runs in.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you all! You all deserve to die!
Oh, how do I use this?
He's not affected by difficult terrain.
Oh yeah.
But
Sorry.
this I burnt away. I withered away, I think, in this area.
I don't know if it was as far up as here, and I would say also that the ground has kind of recovered to some extent, but we'll
Ooh.
say that he can have an extra meter.
It
Maybe
actually
100.
was right in front of that staircase. Because Vindaris was standing directly off the staircase and I was directly on, and he got the extra hit points.
Okay. Well, he can have. The only thing is, he should actually have 5. I don't know why he has 6 meters. I would have given him 5 meters. I'll change that in the next combat. But yeah, we'll say you can make it up to there. That's fine.
To within range?
Yeah, that's fine for this one.
Is it okay for Reddy too? Because Reddy definitely couldn't have made it that far.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
We'll say this ground is like still healing, and maybe some of the rot from Wither and Bloom kind of spread a little bit further along the corridor.
Yes.
Get it, Jefferson.
That's a hit.
Cool day.
Whoa.
He's mad.
Yeah. Fury.
He
He's
takes this
big
one
mad.
out. He just stabs this scimitar up with both hands. Stabs this thing like straight through the chest. It just goes lifeless and like falls limp and begins to kind of slide down the sword towards Jefferson. And he's like struggling to hold it. He's like, oh dear. It like falls on top of him and like knocks him over and kind of flattens him. Oh dear. It's like on fire, but it's just its like back and its head is on fire. He's like, get it off me, get it off me.
Oh no.
Pete Darris just steps in and just picks up the tree spawn and like slides it back. Good work, Jefferson. Keep it. Good work.
Thank you. Disgusting.
Yao Mei also looks very impressed at this very small mouse. Just like nodding.
He looks initially a little bit sheepish at having been knocked over, but he sees you nodding and kind of puffs his chest out a little bit.
Yeah. I told you guys I can fight.
Okay.
Nothing else comes
Nice.
down the stairwell.
Twig. Nature's pocket.
Yeah, any goodies?
Let me see. Amongst these guys, no, you don't find anything else.
They've been plundered.
Where is Vindaros? Can't even see him.
Disappearing. Yeah. That's how good the boots are.
Yeah, but like, seriously. Oh, what the hell?
Wait,
It's
what?
like that invisible condition, like, is.
Also disappears for you.
He went
Yeah.
under the map for like a second.
I thought I turned that off as well because I find it difficult. But anyway,
I'm back. Quick dash. 1 meter dashes. 1 meter sprints.
Let's keep going, I think.
all right. So you can head back up to the ground floor. You don't see any activity up there, and you can continue on to the upper level.
Ready, Lily again.
All right. And yeah, as you come back up here, you see much the same scene with just some of these creatures working on these bone weapons. Nothing much has changed, except that, well, if you cast this spell, do you cast this spell as you're running up the stairs, or do you try to be quiet as you're running up the stairs?
Probably would have
feel
passed at the bottom of the staircase, but not too much heeding the stealthiness rule at this point.
Yeah, I think we've alerted everyone we could possibly alert that we're here anyway. We've left bodies everywhere.
All right, well, maybe move yourselves where you would like to move yourselves up to, you know, within about a meter from the stairs at the top.
I just had to reload the map.
Oh, me too.
Oh yeah, and is Jefferson with us?
Oh yeah, I'll add Jefferson.
So I count a meter from the stair.
All right, I'll put us into initiative. Just where you guys. You still loading? Looks like somebody is.
Yeah, I am. I'm at 98% and I'm stuck. So I'm going to refresh a third time.
If it says it, if it's just sitting at 98%, just leave it because it's just loading the image. If you refresh it, it'll just start it again.
It keeps doing that for me, and every now and then I do actually have to refresh in order to get it to move.
Oh, okay.
I've
fair
left it
enough.
for several minutes a few times and it still doesn't work.
It's just a really big map, so it just kind of takes
Yeah.
a while. But yeah, I mean, if you got some computer issues.
Yeah, this is just a common thing for me with Foundry. I don't think my PC likes working anymore. It's been alive for too long.
All right. Okay. This tree spawn over here that is working on some kind of weapon seems to have put the sword down that it was working on before, and it's working on this bone knife. It has this long, jagged blade in its hands, and it looks up to see Vindaros run into the room, and it kind of... It's like holding this knife. It sort of throws it back and forth between its two hands, like it's just made this new blade. It's gonna start moving in your direction.
Vindaris looks at his friends and he's like, guys, are you guys supposed to be up here as well? That's okay.
It moves to here. And yeah, when a Yao Mei's map loads, Tari, you can move him where you think he should be.
Cool.
Vindaris, your turn.
Yes, Vindaris will.
Oh,
Ooh.
shit, did that reload the map for everyone? I didn't think it was going to
That's
do
okay. I
that.
went straight back in. He'll definitely take a step forward
Alright.
to attack the tree spawn that came running to test his blade. He's gonna give him a taste of his own blade.
Nice.
Still with
that
great
hits.
axe. Yeah.
Right in the kisser.
Okay, that's the first attack.
It attempts to dodge out of the way as you bring this great axe down, and you just like slice like straight into its arm and halfway down its torso.
Second attack.
That's a hit as well. I don't think it's going to get to use its new knife. You slay it before it can take a stab at you. Falls to the ground.
I'd like to use that object interaction to pick up that knife as well.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
I'll put a bone knife in your inventory.
Thanks.
The map seems to have loaded,
Okay.
but I don't think I can move.
Okay, that's alright. We'll do it when we get to your turn.
Yeah,
Probably
cool.
locked it.
Yeah, it's
for
probably
combat.
easier.
Okay, this one down here, as you look around the room after slaying this first one, it picks up this, what looks like a bone hand axe. And it comes running at you. And it will swing this axe at you. Vindaris. But misses. Ready.
Ready. Oh, there's people here. Goodness me. It's difficult terrain, yeah, up here.
Yep.
Yep.
That token didn't appear on the one that... Oh, did he die? The first one I was...
yeah, he
Vindaris
did.
was taking?
Sweet. Thanks for letting me know.
Ready. We'll move to here and.
It'll... Sorry.
Sorry. All good.
21 hits. Nice. That kills it right away.
Cool. And the one damage to the other guy. And that's Reddy's turn.
So it just has to be within 1 meter from you, is that right? Or is it 1 meter from the other
I think
creature?
it's one. I could be wrong. Let me double check. Green flame blade. Within 1 meter of it, I believe.
Nice. Okay. It is set aflame as this green fire leaps from your blade, splashes into its torso.
Oh, sorry. I meant the one next to Vindaris. Is that the one that's dead?
Oh yeah, that one's dead.
Oh, I don't think it hits anyone then.
So it's not. So is it a meter from you or a meter from the creature
No, I
that you
mean
target?
from the creature that I attack.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Sorry.
That's alright. Yeah, that'll continue to happen for a little while until we sort of catch up. Because I have to kind of like change them all back to being like neutral rather than secret
I
tokens.
see.
Twig.
Okay. Twig is gonna 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay. Alright. Is this one dead?
That one's dead. Those ones are dead.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I'm
Twig is
doing a
gonna-
bad job of changing.
No. This one, targeting this one for a bit of spicy fire.
it's a bit hard for you to see past ready, but that still hits.
Great.
Nice. It collapses back onto this table. It was like wielding a long spiked whip, and it just drops it from its hand before it's able to crack it, and just falls back onto this table, burning to death. This one over here it picks up some kind of hammer, like a light hammer made of bone, and it's going to charge in here. It will run over to here. It looks between the two of you, and it attacks Reddy with this bone hammer. And it misses. Yao Mei.
Okay, so I would have at least probably been here,
Sweet.
coming up the stairs. What I'll do with my movement is this one here
That
alive?
one's still alive, yep.
That one's alive. Okay, cool. Then I'll come in and I would like to try and take it down.
Alright.
That's a beautiful body.
Just spotted it. It's like, oh.
That's a hit. Alright, it's still hanging on.
That's alright, I got one more in me. Gonna try again.
It knocks the sword out of the way with this bone hammer.
That's fine. I will end my turn there.
Jefferson.
It is him.
I don't think Jefferson can get there. Oops, that's why he can't move.
He can... Oh no, that's just enemy spaces.
Has it moved through enemy spaces? Is that the feature?
He can
has?
move through enemy spaces, yeah.
Not that less, okay. He'll just kind of...
Well, anyone can move through an ally.
Oh, yeah.
Although it is difficult terrain up here, so what's that? 1, 2... But it would just... It doesn't stack, so I think you can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh no, he can't.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
We'll just kind of like shove at the back of Yao Mei and does. Try and use his polearm.
Alright. Unfortunately, this particular polearm doesn't have reach. Vindaros.
Vindaros wants to also say to Rady, let's question him, and he wants to put a non-lethal. Oh no, actually, should we? Yeah. Non-lethal blow to knock him out.
Okay.
So I can tie him up.
Alright.
So with the back of the bronze axe.
Yep. That does it.
Cool. So let's.
Oh, still give me the damage.
Oh, the damage. Yep,
I'm sure
nice.
it'll do it. It is only on 4 hit points. Yep. Nice.
Yeah.
You can just crack him in the skull or whatever it is. He falls to the ground and kind of rolls over a little bit and ceases to move, but it looks like maybe he kind of twitches a little bit and moves around a little. You do think that you've succeeded in knocking him out.
Yeah, mate, do you have that rope on you? Let's tie him up.
Mm-hmm.
And let's question him.
I pull out my rope.
Can we hog tie him?
Yeah, you can do that pretty easily. I'm thinking, trying to think, because, like, he doesn't have lungs. But and you can kind of see
communicate with.
into his
Yeah.
chest and everything. I'm just trying to work out how you would see that he's like still alive. I'm just trying to think because he would need to. Like it's kind of like part human, part plant, right? Like maybe it does kind of move a little
I guess
bit.
it.
Maybe
like,
we can
didn't
see
wither.
like some of the viney bits moving, or like leaves twitching or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, yeah, the other one's withered when we knocked them out, or
yeah.
it's different. Also, Vindaris would just like to go up to Jefferson and flip the hand knife they just picked up, the bone knife, and hand it off to him.
He's like,
Oh, thank you, but I don't think I can do as much damage with that as I can with this scimitar.
You never know when you're going to need it.
Oh, that's true. A secondary weapon. I don't really.
he kind of looks around. He's like, you notice he doesn't have any bags. He's just in rags. He's in bare feet.
Oh, okay. I'm sure we'll have a look around. If you don't need to, that's fine. You can just discard it.
I just don't have anywhere to carry it. Do you have any? I don't suppose you do have any clothes or anything, or it's pretty humid in here.
We can have a look around for something. I'm sure one of these unlucky adventurers will have something around that we've seen.
Oh dear, I don't know about that. That's pretty disgusting.
He kind of walks over to here and like sniffs at this skeleton. Like,
I don't think so.
Quick, would you like to interrogate?
All right.
I think yeah. I can just imagine Twig just holding like a firebolt in one hand and interrogating it.
Give him a bit of a slap to wake him.
this high-pitched whistling sound emanates from its head, its mouth area, even though it doesn't have a mouth.
Tell us, where is the heart of the forest?
It
Where's
just
the green gem?
it just like furrows these empty eye sockets at you and continues making it, kind of responds once again in this low groaning sound accompanied by this whistling sound.
I'm gonna take out my staff and like aim it at him and sort of make like a little candle of flame sort of sizzle at the tip and hold it close to his face.
You're wearing the pendant, right?
Oh yeah.
As you do this, you see like a bunch of the leaves on its body kind of flutter and open up, and this strange green mist is ejected from its body, kind of floats around, hovers in the air for a little bit, but it doesn't respond in any other way.
Does the mist smell bad or?
It smells pretty foul.
Oh. Hey, you better speak, or else I'll fry you to bits, like your buddy over there.
It just utters this creaking, groaning sound again. It seems to be coming from its throat and kind of echoing through its chest cavity. It doesn't have a mouth though, so you're not sure how it would speak. It just keeps making these noises.
I can't get an answer out of him. Vidaris, do you want to try? I'll look intimidating.
But I mean, Reddy did successfully understand what one of the Treespawn said when you were approaching the Grimbower from outside. So it's reasonable to expect them to speak, except that this one has no mouth, whereas those ones did appear to have these kind of toothy maws.
maybe Reti need to use Druidcraft. Druidic on him. But then again, he is mouthless.
Has anyone got a quill?
Oh, I've got some ink.
I have feathers.
The powers combined.
We can
So-
untie one hand.
Druidic in this world, Reddy, you would know, just as an aside, is a language informed by the sounds of nature and the spirits of the wild. But druids of faraway cultures would have different versions of Druidic. So there would be like many similarities due to the way that it's learned. Often druids would go out into the wilderness and listen to the sounds of nature and kind of come back and commune amongst themselves and learn it in this very slow, meditative way. But it still has like a big component of it that is like a humanoid language. And so you, being from a different land, wouldn't immediately expect this creature to be able to understand Druidic necessarily. But that doesn't mean you wouldn't get a response if you tried. It might get something from it.
I'll ask. I'll say in Druidic, what's your name, tree friend?
It turns its head in your direction, as if it recognizes some kind of natural sound that you're producing, and it cocks its head to one side. It makes these strange clicking sounds. And maybe some of these vines and leaves on its head kind of rustle like the wind blowing through a tree.
I see. It's nice. It's.
I think I just spat at the screen.
It's nice to meet you, and I'll try and emulate that wind rustling sound.
It struggles to get out of its bonds.
I'll place one of my feet, one of my mastodon pads on it, feet.
Does it like, is it agitated, or is it like angry? And what's the words that it's hearing, or?
It's hard to know, but if it is angry, it may partly be because it's hogtied.
We're just helping you to grow in the correct direction.
It looks back and forth between you and Vindaros and continues to struggle to try to like get out of these bonds.
Would you like me to finish this off, Reti? Doesn't seem like it's...
Maybe they'll be more cooperative once we free them.
Nice.
I think Darius will want to stomp on him.
You just kind of knock him down and like stomp on his head.
I was thinking about it's very close to. You can see him lifting him up. He's.
Are you going for murder or torture?
I was thinking a leg, like breaking a leg.
Okay.
Torture.
Leaning towards torture.
I'm leaning towards torture. He's not all that.
50-50.
You give him a chance.
Breaking a branch leg. Breaking a branch.
Can I stomp?
Yeah, you
I
can
just
stomp.
want to use the stomp action.
That definitely stomps him.
Yeah, definitely on his
Are
leg.
you trying to? Is this
Torture.
non-lethal?
Non-lethal still.
Okay. He just attempts to withdraw and struggle to get away from you. And again, these strange sounds come out of his chest and his head.
Vindaris is just looking at Reddy. See if he can understand him.
Really cannot understand him.
No matter how much you put the pressure on, put the pain on, you're not able to get a clear response from this tree spawn.
Reddy will put a hand on the tree spawn and make a flower blossom.
Is that the signal?
I feel like maybe it heals it. It looks at this flower.
Does it heal the limbs all wonky though?
No, I mean, I guess it's just making a flower blossom.
No, I don't think we're getting anything out of this one. Sorry, Twig.
Oh no, just what if we gave him a little mouth? What if I just get in here with my dagger and sort of chip away? Hold still.
It is definitely struggling violently to get away from you as you try to cut this slit in its mouth.
This is too much for me.
In its face. As you begin to open up a hole, you just get this wind kind of coming out of it, and some of this green sort of smoke, or this green like cloud, like cloud of whatever it is emitted from it.
Oof.
Vindaris does have wood carving tools. It might assist carving a mouth.
Is it working?
As you're doing this, you're doing it like a fair bit of damage, and it struggles for a while, but then it begins to kind of cease to struggle with quite as much veracity. Is that the right word?
I'm gonna
That's okay.
kill it.
Time was up. Done.
If Vindaris
Thank
doesn't.
Yao Mei for the rope.
All right, you can put
He's
it out
dead,
of its
yeah.
misery.
Oh,
I do like the smile I carved on his face. He died happy.
They deserve whatever they get. I don't even care.
oh well, that didn't work. Keep that in mind for later.
We need ones with mouths.
Yeah, no one's with mouths. Yes. Any ones with red leaves anywhere?
You don't find any ones with leaves, but you do see on these tables a bunch of different weapons. You can pretty much have any weapon from the PH, but made of bone. And you also find a set of bone armor.
Ooh.
And you find some bone carver's tools.
Any bone quarterstaves around?
Yeah, you can find that. Quarterstaff
Bone
made
armor's
of
pretty
bone.
cool. What,
No,
what-
nobody wants this, do they? Oh, already we'll sort of hold it up.
All yours.
Yao Mei would just be like a kid in the candy shop. What's the armor? What's that equivalent to?
The bone armor is. Let me have a look. Bone armor. It's a medium armor, and it'll give you 12 plus dex, but maximum 1 dex. So maximum 1 modifier from your dex. So the highest it can give you is 13. AC 13.
What type of bones are they? Are they human bones?
They
I'm just curious if Vindaris wants to walk around with human bone armor. That'd
well,
be pretty.
not human.
Sorry.
jeez.
How
I just
dare
put a
you.
body on the table. I'm like, hang on a second, that looks like a human. In
No, those are the
southern-
legs of a horse person. Can't you tell?
Oh yes. There's a Miss Leg Day.
And
You look very hoof-like, yeah. Yeah.
well, they've been mutilated, you know. Like these guys are experimenting on them.
Maybe the hooves are gone and it's just like the end of their leg.
Yes, I like that. Just stumps. They've
Yes.
already. You can see that the hooves have been incorporated into some of these weapons. Maybe the bone hammer was made out of hooves. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the hammer.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a cool hammer.
Hoof hammer.
Hoof hammer.
The bone hammer is in your inventory.
Cool.
But Jefferson says,
Maybe I could wear that armor.
Oh yeah.
It's very menacing on yourself, Jefferson. Go for it.
It does look kind of small. Maybe it was made for one of a smaller Treespawn.
We did come across a couple of smaller ones earlier. They won't be needing that. Don't worry.
he tries to wriggle into this armor and is able to slide it over him. It's just like made out of this rib cage, essentially, but it's been reinforced with strapping and perhaps. Trying to think what else. Yeah, mostly just bone and strapping. And it does increase his armor class by 1, so that's good.
Nice.
This will
Quick
give me
question.
some protection at least.
Go ahead.
On these tables, if I walk around, are there any other tool-like items, or is it all kind of weaponry other than this hammer?
Just the bone carver's tools. I'll say you can
Okay.
find in total probably 2 sets of bone carver's tools.
Okay, can I take a set of the bone carver's tools
Yep,
as well?
I'll put them in your inventory.
Thank you very much.
Does anyone want the other one?
Vindaris will carry the other set.
All right.
Thanks. And there's also 2 sets of stairs that are leading.
Yeah. So,
Who says?
well, just give me a second. So if you look in the, I'm trying to think if these guys would have any. Nah, I don't. They're just like bonesmiths. They don't have any loot in their cavities. The sorts of things you don't expect you'll ever say before you start playing D&D. There's no loot in their bone cavities.
Rachis would like to test his quarterstaff against the new bone quarterstaff that he's found.
So you want to like hit one against the other one?
And keep the feather one, the one that doesn't damage.
It's up to you what happens.
I'm thinking the bone one. I don't know if it would shatter, but just maybe it cracks a little bit. Bone's pretty brittle, right? Compared to like a solid wood quarterstaff from the most fashionable. I don't know where this one's from, to be honest. From that ship, probably.
Oh yes, I would know all about bone and how brittle it is. By the way, I'm identifying as much bone as I can in here. I'm running wild.
You just
just like,
find
ooh.
bones of just all kinds of different animal folk and beasts and some things that you can't identify. But yeah, it's evidence of a very indiscriminate slaughter.
I try and put the creatures together in groups. All the bones.
Where's that pendant? And I'll go steal it from whoever has it and ask Yao Mei, could you tell me where this quarterstaff has been sourced from? What materials?
The quarterstaff can be whatever you want.
What do you want it to be?
Within reason.
What do you want it to be, Ayave? And would you recommend it as a weapon?
Bone connoisseur at work.
This one's tough.
I like that in a quarterstaff.
I think. Maybe don't bring this back to town with us. Maybe this stays here.
Okay.
And I put it down on the table.
I see.
And I kind of make it hand like antlers.
The moose folk.
Yeah.
Moose folk. Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have seen those before. Oh no, I slipped behind Vindaros.
You've been swallowed.
The stairwells are both leading upwards. And just so you know, if you walk into them a couple of meters, it will automatically take you to where they lead, so be warned.
Okay. Let's quietly.
Yes, stealthily.
Oh, stealthily. Okay. I'll move over here to do my shillelagh. Maybe not
Otherwise,
so far.
give me a stealth check as you creep up these stairs. Like creep,
None of that.
like any stairs would in a way. As some of this wood and these vines kind of rub against each other a little bit. Although you would never have seen wooden stairs, I don't think. This is your first experience.
I did live in
The kid tree?
trees.
The kid trees?
Oh yeah, yeah, true. Perhaps it reminds you of that a bit.
Ah.
Get your stealth.
Okay. Wait, did Twig... Oh yeah, sweet. Alright.
And we head up.
We head up. I'm gonna check
Do
you
we
guys,
head up?
make sure you're looking good before you guys head upstairs. Yes, Vindaris. Vindaris, you're looking very healthy. Ready? I'll check you before you go up the stairs.
I'm a looking twig.
Looking, your shell's shiny. Your eyes are
Ready.
bright. You're ready.
Let's go.
That's a little pep talk as you get in there. Give him what you got.
Yeah.
As I pass, I just kind of thumbs up and I just kind of keep going.
As you come up this set of stairs,
How did I missed it. Sorry.
this set of stairs also is lit by one of these sun globes, perhaps you think to call them, which is just sort of hovering in the center of the passageway as you come up here. And as you reach the top level, the room seems to be very well lit by sunlight, which is coming through this arch-like opening directly ahead of you at the top of the stairs. And Twig, you immediately recognize this room from the ground as being the dining hall that you saw when you climbed up and peered in through the window. And you think that is actually the window that you looked through.
Ah, this is where what I saw before, guys. It was empty before.
And the ground in here is made of this tightly woven plant matter, but it's kind of it's a little bit more spongy, made of thinner vines and branch-like things, and it's kind of easier to walk in here. It's not difficult terrain. And as you come in here, you see these dining tables in the center of this long rectangular hall. And the dining tables are made of wood, and they appear to be very beautifully carved. You would maybe never have seen anything carved this beautifully. Although, Vindaros, you yourself are
I was gonna
carving.
say I'll be very impressed, actually. I would say with the fine craftsmanship of these.
Although, as you step over to look
Whoa.
more closely at the craftsmanship, you can see that they are stained with blood, and there are a few limbs from various animal folk scattered around. And you even find what looks like a tray of innards and an eyeball and some brain matter, and cups filled with blood.
Great craftsmanship. I can't believe they've just got no disrespect for it.
And there are bowls and bone cutlery, wooden bowls and bone cutlery and cups. And these chairs that are also beautifully carved out of wood. It's a very civilized looking room,
Sorry.
despite all the blood and the bones and organs and severed limbs. And you also see in here what looks like another passageway down to the southwest. And you can also see some doors in this room. One directly to the south, another green one to the west, and to the east there is a large red-leafed archway, much like those that you saw in the Grimbower roots.
Interesting.
That archway, is that an actual opening, or is that
The red-leafed archway?
the red leaf ones? Yeah.
No, it's like what you saw down below. So it's like arch-shaped, but it's also just all of these thick vines with red leaves. So it looks like it's doorway-shaped, but it's closed.
Are these also like the green doors that we saw?
Yeah, this one looks more like the one that you saw downstairs.
This, I feel like our wands would work on these. Shall I give it a try?
Go for it.
Okay.
Yummy.
Is Ayame? I guess maybe Ayame's come down to join us.
Yeah, I had a minute where it froze. I think I'm back. So
Okay, sweet.
yeah.
Okay. Everyone ready? No.
There's one Reti. Only one.
Give us a sec. Now I'm ready.
Very good. Kalabazoo! I didn't need to say that, but I wanted some.
That's not a real magic word.
You felt it in the moment.
That's right. That's right.
As you focus on this door and point the wand at it and say this word, you get the sense that it might not matter so much what word you say, but you focus on the door anyway, and the vines and the leaves draw apart, and you are greeted with a sickening scene.
Whoa.
There is a Treespawn, also sort of covered in leaves and softer looking tendrils, much like the ones that you saw on the level below, which is in this room, and there's blood everywhere, and there are multiple tables in here that are just covered in pieces of animals and animal folk, and you see fish and other forms of meat. And this thing is just in here, and it is hacking away with some kind of bone cleaver at a larger rib cage, just hacking it apart. And it turns as the vines in this door open behind it, and it turns its head and then kind of turns to face you and begins emitting these strange noises again. You can also see in here that there is another window letting sunlight into this room, so it's quite well lit. So let's roll for initiative as this thing begins walking towards you.
It's got no sense of food preparation. Someone's gonna make the meat go.
A lot of cross-contamination going on here.
Does this one have a mouth? It doesn't either, does it?
It doesn't.
Oh.
And based on what you've experienced so far, you don't think it's going to take very long to take care of this creature as it begins shuffling towards you, Yao Mei. You can't see it yet. What do you do?
Don't know why that wasn't unmuting. I assume as soon as I hear the doors open, I'm kind of coming in to have a look anyway, so kind of just seeing what I can see. I'll just kind of move in a little bit, maybe around little Jefferson, and I'll prepare myself for battle, but I won't run in or anything.
Okay.
Just
Do you
kind of
hold an
stand
action
there
or
and
anything?
hold my action to attack.
And it's not difficult terrain as well?
It's not difficult terrain.
Okay.
It's kind of bouncy in here. The floor is, kind of flatter and easier to move around on. And what's the trigger, Yao Mei? Just if anything comes in range?
Yeah.
Okay. It will come in range. It
Boom, baby.
practically leaps at the door with this bone meat cleaver in hand. So go ahead and attack it. Nice, that hits. Okay, you set it on fire. But you don't quite kill it, and it is going to attempt to cleave at you with its bone cleaver. But it misses, as it also is similar to previously, just kind of hit unexpectedly in the face with this flaming sword. It falters and misses you. And maybe this axe
wanna get
kind
it,
of
like,
scrapes
here where
off the
its
side of
eyeball
your
would be.
armor.
Nice.
Ready.
Yeah.
Miss.
That's it for Eddie.
Maybe where Yao Mei hit it, like, in the middle of its forehead, it kind of fell backwards into the wall just as you were taking a swipe at it, so you missed it.
Darius would like to step forward and attack it with his bronze axe.
Alright. That's a hit. I don't know if I've just forgotten, or if you've managed to kill these things so quickly that they've never had a second turn, because I've never given any of them fire damage from being ignited. I'll probably watch back later and realize that I forgot. 10
Yeah, I think
kills
we
it.
may have forgotten once, but otherwise we've just killed them too quick.
Yeah, you haven't had any trouble. And we're out of combat almost as quickly as it began.
We did it.
Vindaris might say that Jefferson, I think you should just wait out here. Just take a seat while we investigate inside.
Oh dear, yeah, this is just sickening. I think I saw mouse parts in there.
Oh dear.
Is there anything like not rotted that dinner looking? Oh, we see some nice looking fish over here.
I mean, aside from the fact that there's just blood everywhere and there are bits and pieces of meat kind of sitting next to each other and contaminating each other with different types of blood, maybe this table is mostly has fish on it. You could potentially take some. You could find maybe in this pile of meat some fish that seems like not too stinky.
What sort of fish do I find?
I don't know. Some kind of what swims in streams? I don't know shit about
Trout.
fish.
Freshwater trout.
Yeah, maybe
you
a
could
bit of
get maybe
trout.
catfish, salmon, redfin.
Nice. You
My
find
dad fishes.
you find some trout.
Haven't had these in ages.
Is there any left?
Ooh.
I'll have some.
Uh,
Twig, do you want any meat? Any fish?
No fish, thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there anything else particular besides all the carnage in this room that
You don't find anything else in here. Maybe a couple more bone knives and cleavers.
And were there any bone wands out here on the tables?
No.
Okay. Hey guys, I found another one.
It's Are we able to hold an action if we see a tree spawn?
No, you can't ready an action out of combat.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
I can see casting it from the table, Twig. Standing in some height.
yeah, it's a good vantage point.
But Vindaris is probably still taller.
Hey, down in front.
I stand next to Jefferson and just kind of finish off eating a fish that is obviously fish, so he doesn't, so I don't scare him.
The fish is not cooked or anything, so you would.
Sashimi's a thing. It's fine.
It's just been sitting on a table. I would say
With all this sunlight.
that if you're eating the fish raw, give me a con save.
I'm gonna do it, I don't care. And if it doesn't go well, I'm gonna use my inspiration. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
12 is okay. You don't feel
Okay,
immediately
alright.
sick.
That's fine then.
But
fine.
this
Strong guts.
just
I've eaten
tearing
worse.
into this. Yeah, we'll say
I'm just like nibbling on a little piece or something that like is left.
yeah, I'll say that counts as your ration for the day.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Was I able to grab some for later?
I'll say that you can grab 3 unprepared rations worth of fish,
Awesome.
but you don't think it's going to last very long.
It tastes really good.
It doesn't taste very good.
I would like to roll
Anyway.
insight.
I roll deception. To pretend to everyone like my stomach is not churning just like the tiniest little bit.
Go ahead and roll deception.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh, starting to regret not taking any fish.
Yeah, I don't think there's any left,
Which is
sorry.
my thing.
So, I got you some twig.
Oh, okay, thanks. I'll grab some later. Is everyone ready?
Go for it.
Alakazam!
As your shout of Alakazam rings out through this room. Actually, the walls and everything are... I mean, it's going to be pretty
Soft.
dull. It's not like super echoey in here, really.
They've done quite good acoustically in this room.
Yeah, I feel like in general,
Absorption.
sound doesn't travel that well. But these roots and vines part, and you see in here just an empty room with pieces of meat hanging from spiked vines from the ceiling, dripping blood onto the floor. There is a dead boar that's been skinned, and also a dead animal folk of some kind. Looks like a beaver folk from the remains. And there's a couple of other animals in here. It's just some kind of abattoir. There's nothing else in there.
I'll stick with Jefferson this time. Keep him away from the grossness.
He walks away from that. I think.
I'll toss my whatever bones or whatever is left of my fish. I'll just kind of toss it to the floor.
Alright.
Shall we keep looking?
Yeah. Still haven't found those ones.
Up quietly the stairs,
Oh, yes.
stealthily.
Quietly.
This stairway is also lit by one of these sun globes. The room itself is lit mostly by the sunlight coming through the window to the north, and also by this green light that's radiating from this central core that you think is probably connected to the Rachis.
I guess we haven't felt this warm for a while, I would say.
Oh yeah.
You're saying, because all this journey's been very coolish. It's sort of starting to feel like home.
Yeah, it would be pretty humid in here, pretty sweaty.
Wow.
Guys, I'm going up.
Okay.
Okay. Stealthily.
Okay.
Are the stairs anything different to the ones that we've been recently climbing?
The stairs are pretty much the same, as far as I can tell. If you want to have a look more closely.
Yeah.
What are you looking for specifically?
Anything around where the stair and the it meets the wall, if it looks odd.
Just like some kind of trap or something like that?
Traps, yes.
Give me a perception check. If you're just sort of looking with your eyes. It seems stable to you. You don't notice anything out of place based on what you've seen of previous stairways.
Okay.
Just another one of these warm sun globes hovering above you.
Vindaris, we should probably take some of these home.
Yes.
Yeah, some of these globes. They're pretty
Yeah, what is the source of these globes? Are they just on the walls? Or are
No,
they
it's just a floating ball. It looks like, in fact, when you look at it directly, it hurts your eyes. It's like hard to look at it. It's an extremely bright, warm light that is just sort of floating, twinkling in the middle of the stairway, in the air above you.
We should catch a couple.
That'll be fantastic. That'll be...
Yes.
Vindaris,
Yes.
if you reach up, you can reach it.
Oh. I'll be...
Ooh.
As you reach towards it, it's very warm, very hot.
Can I touch it with the back of my hand? To see
As
if I
you
can actually
touch
hold
it,
it without burning it?
it burns you immediately.
Oh no!
It's this searing pain.
Oh god.
4 fire damage.
Poor
Oh
fight.
no.
The heart's weak.
I know.
And even when you do that, maybe some flames kind of leap out of it a little. It's like it is a tiny sun.
Whoa.
Ah.
Oh no, look at your hand.
Battle scars. It's the time I reached up and touched the sun. But I'm on that.
I'll think about it. Maybe there's some way.
We
Shall
do have...
keep going?
Oh, actually, do I have it? I don't know. Maybe. Do you have a lantern on you?
Lantern.
I can't remember who had a lantern. Maybe it was back at camp.
I do not have lantern.
I don't remember a lantern.
Oh, okay.
But then again, I don't remember lots of things.
I think we've only ever had torches.
Torches.
From my
Okay.
memory.
Yeah, a lantern... Oh, I mean, there were like oil lamps and things. But there's no glass. And I don't myself have a very good understanding of what a lantern would be like in the Bronze Age, so I feel like there isn't a lantern.
Okay. Okay.
I think. I
let's
could be
continue.
wrong.
Alright. Oh.
As you come up here, Vindaris, you see a wall at the top of these stairs and a passageway leading to the right, from which
I'll
there
just
is
wait
more
at
of
the
this
top.
green light emanating. And as you get to the top of the stairs, you can also see a smaller green-leafed archway directly to your northeast. And the ground here is covered in leaves. The vines here are much more leafy than below. And this is also relatively easy to walk on. Kind of spongy. Like a carpet almost. And around the corner, you see this narrow corridor with another door on the left after the first door. And further along, you can see some leaves sticking out from this source of glowing green light. And you see this large room which appears to have the next part of the Rachis extending from the floor to the ceiling in the middle of it. And you can come in here and you see several passages leading off into the darkness and several more doors.
Ooh, there's a lot of doors.
This must be the treetop, right at the top.
Oh.
Oh, who knows? There might be another staircase somewhere.
Hey,
Maybe these are there.
Twig?
I think I found the other staircase. I think I found it.
Which way?
To the over here.
Should we look in some of these doors first?
Yes,
Yes, doorways.
all the doors.
Is it the right color? And I have my wand and I'm like, is this? And I point at the door.
Hey.
Which one do you point at?
This one near Retty.
Oh.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Alright. I'm gonna roll D10. Okay. And I'm gonna roll a couple of D20s. What do we got?
I hope it's a puppy.
Okay. The vines part, and you see this small chamber. And in here, there is what appears to be an empty chamber, and there is a cluster of vines, leafy vines, some of them golden, some of them green. The vines are extending from the walls, and they create this cluster or this kind of heap of vines in the middle of the room. And further into the room, you can see some kind of shelf, a wooden shelf, that looks similar to the stairs in that it kind of appears to have been grown out of the walls by the Grimbower itself. And there is a wooden bowl on that shelf. You can't see anything more from where you stand.
Okay. If I step a little bit closer, but don't cross the threshold of the room, so just maybe to here, am I able to investigate the ground and the walls and see if there's any sort of traps? Maybe.
So, before we do that, Reddy, I realize you can see what looks like some kind of wooden box or container in the corner of the room just to the left of Yao Mei. And Yao Mei, so you want to look for traps in this room?
Yeah, anything that might like trip and cause some sort of adverse effect.
So how would you just want to kind of look into the room and see? There's a lot of vines on the floor.
Yeah, just to see if I can spot anything that looks like maybe something similar to the traps we were encountering when we were getting to the Grimbower. Anything that looks like it might trigger.
Okay.
Vines that are maybe looking like they're reaching into the room or something like that.
Yeah, give me a perception check. See what you can see.
Okie dokie.
It's hard for
I would
you
like to roll again.
Okay.
I will use my inspiration and I will roll again. Slightly better. Let's go.
Nice.
This cluster of vines in the center appears to be made of all of these vines that are extending from the walls, coming out of the walls. And they are lying on this bed of grass. And it's difficult to see that any of them are set up in any particular way. There's a lot of chaos in here. You don't see anything from where you are, at least running along the door or anything like that that would look like a tripwire or anything. You don't see any signs of immediate danger.
Okay. Maybe just to be on the safe side, I will take some sort of crap from my inventory and I will throw it into the room. Let's see. I'll take one of my arrows that I've picked up and I'll just like toss it into the center of the room and see what happens.
It just lands in this heap of vines. And maybe they move a little bit. You can see more of this slow creeping. But you don't see anything move rapidly like you did in the Grimbower surrounds. Nothing, none of these vines grab at the arrow.
Okay. Do I want to walk into the room?
Oh, do you want me to burn it first?
Sure. I'll step out of the way.
Can I set fire to this grassy bit in the middle?
Yep.
Okay. Huh?
You fire a firebolt into this mound. It lights up this room briefly with this red light. It competes with the mysterious green light coming from the Rachis. And it just flies into the room, explodes in this mass of vines. And they do pick up the pace a bit and kind of begin withdrawing towards the walls as this fire kind of spreads out briefly. But the fire, it dissipates pretty quickly and only leaves some bits of flame on some of these leaves, and after a while kind of simmers down. These vines look like they're withdrawing towards the walls, but again pretty slowly. It doesn't remind you of the vines that you saw in the forest.
Alright. I'll step in. I'll just like walk in.
You're immediately grappled. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it was bound to happen at some point.
The ground seems to almost writhe around your feet, but nothing happens. Nothing reaches up and tries to grab you.
Okay.
Actually, I'll say that some of these vines almost do kind of reach up and sort of wrap around your leg a little bit, but it's not enough to cause you any trouble. You kind of can walk through them and they just sort of, they're very sort of light and they kind of fall off you as you move.
Okay.
But they do appear to be reacting to your presence in some way, like kind of sensing you almost. It's a bit disturbing.
Okay. I'll try and make it quick then. I want to see what's in this bowl in the corner.
As you come over to this bowl, you see that it appears to be full of a clear liquid that you think is water. And there is actually a big thick root that is extending from the wall above this bowl. And as you step over here, you see what appears to be a drop of water kind of out of this root and into the bowl. Like a leaky tap. Or leaky faucet.
I want to take the bowl so badly, and I don't know why.
Do it.
I take the bowl.
Yeah!
Nothing happens when you take the bowl. You're just holding a bowl of water.
I take it out of the room. I'm going to walk with it over to the window, and I'm just going to chuck the water out.
Which window?
Just any of the windows. Is there a window in this room, or am I thinking of downstairs?
You don't see a window in this room.
Okay, then I guess I'm just going to pour it on the floor somewhere.
You just empty the bowl, the water goes onto the
Just toss
floor
it.
and kind of is seeped up by the leaves and the roots on the floor.
There was another thing in that room. Hey guys, do you want to come in? There's a box.
Oh,
Yeah, this box is also beautifully carved out of wood, it seems. Although, Vindaris, I'll say that when you looked at the tables in the other room, you would have noticed that the carved patterns on the tables were very strange. Oh, were you looking around up there? Sorry, you might be muted.
No, I was just there when Yao Mei walked through. I didn't.
Okay, sweet.
That was from before, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you would have noticed from those tables that you looked at below, when you looked at them and admired the handiwork, that it was very strange because you didn't see any evidence that tools had been used to carve the patterns in them. It was almost like the patterns were just there as part of the wood somehow, almost naturally grown out of the wood itself. And this box or chest or whatever it is very similar.
Is there a latch or a lock on the front of that box or chest?
There doesn't appear to be anything like that.
I want to point my wand at it.
Pointing
Maybe-
the wand at it doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Well, if you want to step out of the room, I can open it.
Okay.
I'm trusting you guys.
What do you need us to do?
Jefferson. Feel free ready.
I'm ready if anything happens.
Firebolt at the ready in case something horrific pops out.
So with you.
Does it look like the hinges just fold back when you lift it up?
So as in you want to know that without touching it?
Yeah, just looking at it first to begin with. If there's because normally you've got your joint line around it.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a gap running along the middle of it on all four sides, and if you kind of peer over the back of it, you see perhaps these braces that are made out of almost vine root-like matter, which seem to be forming some kind of hinge at the back. So
Okay.
yeah, you do think it'll open just like a box.
Hey, before I open it, can I just have a look to see if that looks like it's been tampered with or booby trapped?
Where do you look?
I'll look two places to begin with. Around the lock. Oh, no, did you say there was a lock in the front?
No lock. You don't
Oh, no.
see any kind
Maybe
of
around the
locking
hinges.
mechanism or handle or anything.
Like peer around the side of the box around hinges in case there's anything that triggers when I push it back.
The hinges look pretty strange to you, and you feel that it's difficult for you to know whether anything could be triggered by opening them. I mean, they look like wooden hinges, but they're also connected to these vine-like braces. It's hard for you to tell just by looking at them.
Okay. I'll open the box. Open the box. What's in the box? What's in the box?
You open this box very easily. The lid lifts up, and inside the box, you find a bronze cloak pin.
Oh.
And you find some antlers. They look like deer antlers. And you find
Are these decorative antlers or remains? I know there'll be remains of it. a deer, but are they more ceremonial? Not
Not
How would
disgusting.
you?
not disgusting. Yeah.
There's no gore on them or anything. They
Okay.
seem dry. And bear with me. Just working out how many monsters are gonna jump out from behind you. Um, okay. You also find an opaque black gem. And that's everything.
Okay. I'll explain to the party what I found.
They might be important. We should keep them.
Yeah, I'll just done with the rest of the stuff.
I'm worried they're from someone in Berdelade.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, you did see antlers everywhere on the buildings and everything in Verlaine. But yeah, as you wonder about that and begin following Twig over to perhaps the next doorway, let's leave the session there.
Cliffhanger.
Ooh, what
There's
are
a
we
lot
gonna
of doors.
find?
Yeah.
I'm just
I
gonna
think we should
go.
open all the doors at once next time.
How many wands can we point at one time against each of these doors?
Ooh.
We're just like Wolverine claw that stuff.
I feel like we could take on what's inside.
Oh yeah, just let it all out at once. We'll have a great time.
Cool. That was fun.
You guys are like committing hate crimes against that poor.
No.
Treespawn.
It was an experiment. It was.
It did feel quite aggressive, to be honest, but it was hilarious.
Oh.
What happens in war stays in war.
I'm not telling anybody.
So you fought mostly weaker creatures, one kind of major combat and a smaller combat. You explored the area. You found Jefferson. You rescued Jefferson.
Heal Jefferson.
Healed him.
Talk to him.
You got rid of all the other
Nourished.
spawns,
We comforted him in
Yes.
his moment of
Yes.
grief.
Yep.
birth pods.
We killed
Wait.
babies, yes.
We found the fish.
I ate a fish.
That's
It
true.
was kind of yucky.
All right. I'll give you 5,000 XP.
Ooh.
And Vindaros, you have some catch-up XP.
Thank you.
All right. That's everything.
Oh, I thought we were gonna get to the heart today. I'm like, okay, tea break. Get in there. Damn, red ones with white ones.
I feel like we're getting what is it? We're getting blue balled by this Grimbower. We're so close.
That is the primary
One
principle
blocked.
of how I design my sessions. Blue balling.
That makes it so much better because we have to explore the rest of it, which we may not otherwise get to do.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, because then when it finally happens, it's all that more of a climax.
Exactly. You get it.
But yeah, you did catch a glimpse of what you think is the Rachis.
But we didn't see the guy that
The floating guy.
Floaty.
Mr. Jones.
Floaty boy.
saw. Yeah,
By the way, I love Jefferson Jones so much
Mr. Jones. Sorry.
that I brought out
too.
a concept I've had in my head and I wrote a poem about it
Oh
in the
wow.
middle of the session.
What's the poem?
Oh, it's
it's in
in
the chat.
Discord.
Oh, okay.
It's just like that little prayer that Yao Mei said. Basically, I've had this idea for a while that his tribe have like a send-off they give to anyone who's fought any sort of brave battle, whether it's like an illness or like actually died in some sort of skirmish, and they have this like little thing that they say just to send them off.
Can I post
and
it in
give them
the
honor.
Foundry?
Yeah,
So
you
it's
can
on
do
the
that.
video?
Yeah,
I'll put it here.
it's probably not the best because I was writing it in the middle of the session, but trying to make it rhyme and everything.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Clearly, literature nerd.
Awesome. I've never had a character have a poem written about them. I don't think.
Well, now I have popped a cherry for you.
I think there was like a
You're
song
welcome.
or something in a previous one. I don't know. Anna played a bard, a ratfolk
Oh, a
bard.
goiter. I had a song about a
Yes.
goiter.
Song about a goiter.
Yes.
I love that. I need to know
Different.
all about
a
it.
little bit
No,
more
I-
poetic than this one, but
Of course. Bards are so much more poetic. This is this is a little bit of nothing. I will play a bard though.
no, I have
Beautiful.
to. I'll give it a proper read
His
after the
name
session.
rhymed with goiter. What was it?
Oh
Loiter.
yeah,
No.
Exploder.
it was. Yeah, I can't remember his name, but he was like a guard, just some random NPC that was guarding a bridge that I gave like.
Oh my god.
I randomly gave him a goiter, and he had like Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice, so he was like, "It is not a tumor."
The goiter. Are you looking at my goiter?
Oh my god, this is
Paranoid.
incredible.
Paranoid about it.
Yeah, because I
think it was
think
like
like
a scarf or
Alina
something.
wanted to like pop the goiter. Like I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Fuck, that's pretty rude." It's like, "What are you doing? Get away from me!"
That's so good. Okay, I have to play a bard at some point and do dumb shit like that. That's amazing. That's beautiful.